All right, another day, another hopefully dollar made. What is going on, everybody on YouTube? Griffin here, coming back with another live stream for you guys, as promised, from Millennial Motivation Entrepreneur. Just getting everything set up here really quickly for you guys. I'm very tedious about how my setup is. Ever since that one day that someone kind of got a little pissed off that I didn't look at my chat right as they were commenting, but yeah, I don't know why my 180 day pulled up right now. Just want to look at 20. Boom. So, yeah, obviously, as you guys know, right now I'm looking at /VX. We're now down to less than 3.5 minutes until market open. Like I keep telling you guys, I'm trying to get on here at least 5 to 10 minutes pre-market, like before the bell rings, and just answer. I know it'll take a few minutes for people to start hopping in, but all throughout the day, pretty much what you can expect is obviously if I execute any trades, don't know if I'm going to, but if I execute any more, you all will literally see me do it live. I don't like hide anything from you guys whatsoever. I use pretty much every indicator possible to some level. I take news into account with my trades as well, obviously, because with how volatile the markets are with news right now, news is definitely a catalyst, either in the positive or negative direction. Obviously, we had some news out of China. President Xi seemed to kind of tone his rhetoric down a little bit. It sounded like he's going to be lowering the the tariff on, or not tariff necessarily. I think it's tariff. I need to find the news article, actually. I didn't get to watch. I was actually busy. How's it going, Tyler? Yeah, I'm watching Facebook today as well. We'll talk about that too. But it sounds like President Xi is going to pretty much lower the tariff, if I remember right, the tariff on automobiles, the automobile industry, down like 5 or 10%, something like that. I guess it was at like 25%. I think this was something Trump actually mentioned yesterday, and people were kind of freaking out about it. But it didn't really affect the markets too much. Obviously, we saw a huge sell-off yesterday. If we look at the SPY, I mean, not like huge because the market was still up overall on the day, but compared to how we started the day, it definitely ended pretty bad. What I'm looking out for, pre-market, we're still at 60. We're still below what? We're still below 65. So what I'm waiting to see is I was actually talking about this with a few guys that actually have brains on stock twits, which was pretty amazing. We were talking about stock twits some yesterday, but yeah, I mean, the ones that have brains are saying, like, if this doesn't break 265, then there's no hope still at all. I mean, it has to break above 2, and even then, we saw it get up to, 267, if I remember right, and it still came back down. So 265 is, like, no safe zone by any means. But if it doesn't even get above 65 and 265 and stay above it, then, I mean, there's really no hope. And what I was kind of discussing with a few guys was, and Tyler, were you the one that told me about, no, I don't think you were, but you were the one that, were you the one that told me about some WhatsApp group or something? I thought someone did yesterday, and I was looking at getting into it, but I couldn't find my picture I took. My phone's been acting dumb late. But what I was talking with them about is /VX is still holding up fairly well. It's setting up a lot like yesterday, guys. If you remember, I mean, let's just look at the one day before the market opens here. I mean, look, we got down to low of overnight. I want this overnight. Yeah, overnight we got down pretty low, a new low of late of 1969. But look, I mean, it's setting up a lot like yesterday. I mean, we held pretty good. Or let me go back a little bit further. I think this is okay. So yeah, see, I mean, we held up pretty good. We had a little sell-off. We held right around 9, or pretty much right where we were holding yesterday. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens. So, here we go. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be another one of those days. I mean, everyone acts like they can predict what's going to happen, but I tell you guys straight up, I mean, I cannot predict anything. Like, none of us are, like, genies or magicians or anything like that here. Like, I mean, we could be wrong. I mean, SPY, like I said, though, what I'm really wanting to see out of SPY, I mean, I don't want to see it personally. Obviously, I want to see /VX continue to go up today. But we got to wait on some news, obviously. News is like our biggest catalyst right now when it comes to the stock market. See what happened. You saw SPY pop up really quick. Boom, got rejected back down under 265. I mean, it's just one of those days. I mean, it's just like yesterday. I mean, it looks identical to yesterday, to me personally at least. So it'll be interesting. Now, we're going to see it go above 265 and then continue back down. Or, I mean, it's... Like I said, if anyone that tries to tell you that they know exactly what's going to happen is a fool. Don't listen to them. That was someone else. Okay. 20 seconds to the moon. Everything's going to go up. Oh yeah, I mean, if you're like holding, if you had SPY calls going into after hours, I'd probably go ahead and cash those out depending on what you set your call at. But yeah, because I mean, if you set a SPY call whenever we were on the ride down, I mean, I know a lot of people probably wouldn't, because I mean, this did freak a lot of people out. But I kind of called it. I said I would not be surprised if 265 would be the highest we'd get, 264 at the most. But I didn't think we'd have this big of a sell-off going into after hours. But obviously the Trump news came out too about his whole FBI raid and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, if you put calls on SPY, I would have definitely cashed those out already for sure. Me personally, at least. I mean, like I said. Oh, speaking of options, Tyler, you were my options guy, weren't you? I had Robinhood. We were emailing, and they did say yes to trade options on Robinhood. Everyone needs to know this: to trade options on Robinhood, you have to have a margin account. They will not let you trade options on a cash account, period, under any circumstance. So that's unfortunate, but that might cause me to change my mind a little bit on my whole idea with margin accounts. I've already said my piece on margin accounts, why I don't like them. But I mean, sometimes you just gotta adapt. I mean, it is what it is. I'll just play it out. Like I said, I need to learn anyways. I watched a few videos last night before I went to bed. Look at /VX at 20. It's gonna be interesting. But yeah, pretty much that's something that everybody needs to know. I don't think a lot of people know that, because when I searched on Google, do you need a margin account to do options, like everything was pointing towards no. And then when I looked on Robinhood's actual like FAQ and everything, nothing was really kind of going around that really too much. They were just talking about the difference between instant gold and cash and whatnot. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna ask the question and get email response from a human. And yeah, they pretty much told me straight up, yes, you need a margin account with Robinhood. We don't support cash account for options trading. So I even told them, I was like, damn, that's unfortunate, but oh well. I mean, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing for now. Keep growing my account, like I said, a consistent. If I can do on average 3% a day at the minimum, then I won't really complain too much. Obviously, this last week has been kind of nuts. I'm just trying to get out of TVIX this week for sure. I want to get out of DRIP as well at some point. I'm sure if Charles hops in here, he's probably going to freak out a little about DRIP dropping overnight. But I mean, it's expected. Look at /CL. Looks like we got some news. Petroleum price target to rise $53 a share from 49. That'd be good for Gush, I'm thinking. Yeah, I mean, that'd be good for Gush. But yeah, I know he was. Oh yeah, I'll tell you about Facebook. Yeah. Facebook, honestly, like, what do you have on Facebook right now, or do you have anything? Are you wanting? I get about 10K. I got about 10K. Oh, you got calls. Oh, dude, I don't know about that. I was gonna say to put puts. I mean, obviously, I'm not like huge on options at all. I'm still learning, but from what I can tell, like you said, puts are pretty much you're betting against the stock. Calls, you're betting that's gonna go up. Just with this whole Mark Zuckerberg thing, I would not be surprised. It's gonna depend on what he says. If he tries to say stuff, like, people are just split on this. Like, some people think he's gonna try to pretty much bow down to the government, so to speak, and say, "Don't worry, I got this controlled. We're gonna do this, 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 and this." And then if he does that, then Wall Street's gonna react bad, because he's gonna have to dump a lot of money into Facebook to like pretty much fix the issues and everything. So pretty much it's a double-edged sword. Either he's gonna please. I heard it was today. Are you sure about that? On CNBC, I'm pretty sure they said it was today, because they were like showing a countdown clock. Also, his speech is in PDF, so we already know he's gonna say. I haven't seen the speech actually. I didn't know that actually. April 11th. Let me check my app. Let me see. Actually, I might as well just keep this pulled up, since I don't really use my phone during the stream too much. Boom, do that. Get this set up here. Hopefully this isn't loud. Okay. I'll keep this right here and just see what they say. They've been talking about it all morning, but For some reason, I could have swore they said it was going to be today, but I'll keep an eye on it for sure. So it looks like we've had a good bounce the last minute or two with Facebook. Let's go ahead and take a look. What are your calls right now? Like, what did you set your calls at for your Facebook calls? And when do they expire? That's another thing that could either help you or hurt you, I guess. I have a question about that too, about the expirations here in a minute once you get back to me. /VX is on the run. What the hell? Expiration on the 20th. 160. So I'm going to do a little technical analysis here for a second. Okay, so if you know what he's going to say, how do you think he's trying to appease the market, or is he trying to is he trying to bow down to the government, or is he trying to kind of please his shareholders? Like, which would you say, or can you tell in all honesty? I know those speeches can be kind of harder to read, so pretty much what I'm saying, like I just said, any good buys for this morning? How's it going, Dustin? I'm going to get to a few here in just a second. Right now we're on Facebook. That might be a potentially good one we're talking about right now. I think it's bound down to the government. If that's the case, that's no good, because it's a double-edged sword, like I was saying. If he's bowing down more to the government, saying, don't worry, I got this under control, which is expected, right? You're not going to expect him, in all honesty, to head in there and be like, I don't see what the problem is, man. What the hell? You're trying to kill my Facebook business. But it's almost a double-edged sword, because if he starts kind of bowing too much to the government, then obviously he's going to have to use a lot of money, which shareholders don't really like. So yeah, that could be no good, man. I think he is going to work with the government, and it's going to help out. It could, yeah. That's a tough call for sure. Let's see, you got till April 20th on those expirations. So yeah, I mean, a lot can happen. I mean, that's what, 2 market weeks? No, not 2 market weeks. What would that be? Like a Tuesday? I don't know the exact day. My days are all messed up with my days off and whatnot. But you still got quite a few market days left. I mean, a lot can happen between. I mean, just look at it. Look how much has happened just in the last 10 market days. I mean, we've seen 262. We've seen 149. Overall, I mean, there is a solid support right around. If you're doing technical analysis, there is a solid support right around 152 to 153, with a resistance right around 161. So 160. I mean, you might next Friday. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's plenty of time, man. Yeah, I think 160, you shouldn't be doing, I don't think you're going to do too bad, unless if the market just totally overreacts to something he says. And even then, I mean, you have a good little buffer on your time frame. I mean, you see, I mean, we had a pretty big sell-off here with Facebook. I mean, how far did that drop? Come on, ticker. We saw a drop, 6-7% in a day. But then, look, 2 days later, it bounced back up to 261. So, I mean, I wouldn't be too worried if I were you. I mean, unless if we saw it make a new low. What's the lowest that it got back in what day was that? Actually, let's go ahead and pull up the 180. We got 140. I don't really see it hitting 149 unless if he just comes out and just totally bombs that whole interview and his speech and everything. I think you'll be fine. I think 160 isn't horrible at all for your calls for sure, especially like I said with that nice little buffer you got. But, yeah, I don't think you're in that big of a... And the SMA on top of that slightly acting as a support as well. So, from doing a technical analysis standpoint, I think you're fine. But like I said, he would have to, bomb that whole deal today, tomorrow, whenever it is. He'd have to, bomb it for it to really have... I see the lowest it going is maybe 151. That's just me personally. I mean, like I said, I don't have a, crystal ball or anything, even though yesterday kind of made it seem like it with... what was that, Intel that we were looking at? But, yeah, I think you'll be all right. Just don't worry about it. Like I always say, if you start kind of worrying and letting your feelings start to kind of take over your trades, or you feel like they're going to start taking over trades, just step away for a little, go do something. I don't know if it sounds like you might be doing this full time. If you do this full time, just step away, go wash your car, just go run an errand or something. Get out of the house, get some fresh air. To be honest, yesterday I was kind of near, I don't know if you guys could tell, but I was getting a little fatigued yesterday. By the end of the day, I was just getting tired. This stuff is a lot harder. Doing the streaming all day, this is harder than I thought, in all honesty. I mean, it's fun. I love it, but it's definitely wearing for sure. But, all right, Dustin, so any goodbyes? So it depends. Again, what's your trading style? I think I seen you in here yesterday, if I remember right. So, Dustin, like, what is your trading style? You're more swing, day, I'm assuming day trading. What do you like? Like, what kind of, do you like ETFs, inverse ETFs, VIX, bigger stocks, blue chips? Like, I mean, it all depends on your form of trading style at the end of the day. If you can answer me that, then I can definitely try to point you in the right direction. Holy crap, guys, look at Acre. See, I told you guys yesterday. I hope no one got it. I don't think anyone did, but like I said, do not get into Acre right now, at least. I mean, I just want to keep writing it down. I want to wait for some good, solid confirmation. Yes, you can miss out on a couple percent, maybe even 10%, but to me, it's not worth it, guys, to like hop in a penny stock like that. They're so volatile. It can change so quick. You can easily become a bag holder. Swing trades. Okay. Swing trades, I'd be looking at your ETFs. So that'd be like your drips, your gushes. Gush is starting to look like a pretty solid buy. However, I would wait because it is right around its current resistance. Let's go ahead and take a look at it really quick. It's around its current resistance of around $24 to $25. Currently at, $24.17. So it was just at $24.25. So I mean, it's starting to consolidate right around that resistance again. So however, there is news about like oil prices continuing to rise. So that could be good for Gush. Either way, I would wait for some solid little pullback. You can see on even, was this the 20-day we're on or 10-day? 10-day overall showing signs of overbought. MACD, like I said, I don't really pay attention to the MACD too much hardly anymore. I'm even considering taking it off of my charts here and there and putting it on as needed. Let's take a look at level 2. So there's a lot more. Yeah, I think it's going to continue to drop a little, but I could be wrong. Let me look really quick. So 31.24. There's not really any huge. Today seems like another one of those days where there's not really huge volume. I thought we'd have a shit ton of volume today, in all honesty. But yeah, I would still wait for this to pull back. See, it's still consolidating there right around its resistance. Could it shoot up to 25? Yeah, but even then, if let's say you hopped in right now and it did get up to like 25. If I can get my ticker pretty close to it. So let's say you rode it up to around 25. Let's say it even made a new high and did get past 25. Say 25.11. You're still that. Yeah, I guess that's about 3%. I'm not a gambling guy. I don't want to bet on it making a new high. I always tend to sell before a previous high. So I would just wait for some sort of pullback. If you look at Drip and Gush, just over like the last, bunch of times, they consistently have these push-ups and then these pullbacks. I would wait for one of those pullbacks and then hop in. But that's just me personally. And Gush was up yesterday. And Gush and Drip, I've noticed, tend to have like these 2, sometimes even 3-day runs where when they're up for a couple days, and then when they're down for at least a day or 2. So, yeah, I don't know. I would kind of wait out on that for now, but those are definitely good potential swing trades. You can almost, I wouldn't say never go wrong, but your ETFs when it comes to swing trading are more of your safer routes. You're looking at, look, it's up 7.5% today alone, and if you look, just since it's low on what was that, Friday? If you look at the low, say you waited for confirmation that it was trending up, you're looking at a swing trade right there of what, about 9%. Maybe by the end of the day, even 10% in 2 or 3 days. So that's about 3 to 5% a day, and that's always the goal. If you can average 3 to 5% a day, then you're going to do what a lot of people can't seem to do, including myself right now. Where do you think it will fall? For the pullback, pullbacks are really kind of hard to just predict. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if it pulls back near this SMA on the 5-day. Let me look at the 10-day again. Really quickly. I might even look at the 20. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to see 22.50 or anything today. Yeah, I would look for it to kind of bounce off because old resistances become what? New supports. And the recent resistance was right around 23.50. Am I saying it's going to go that low today? Maybe, maybe not. I would just wait for some solid pullback of at least 2%. That's my rule of thumb. when it comes to these ETFs, especially when you're seeing it run up like this. It had a huge, almost a gap up this morning, not quite a gap up, but a good run after hours into pre-market as well as into market hours now. So I would wait for at least a good 2% at least pullback. If you can get in another 2% and then sell off near the high, you're looking at then 4 to 5% even just today. That's just today alone. Keep in mind. The reason why I'm saying today is because it is on its second day of running up. So me personally, I will go ahead and not cut my losses, but cover my profits with Gush. That's just my style though at the end of the day. Like I said, it's up like 10% the last 2 days. Maybe even more now with it being up over 8 today. It's due for a pullback, but I could be wrong. It could not pull back and just continue to shoot up. We've seen Gush and Drip go up as much as like 13-15% in a day and then pull back. So, I mean, you could catch it on the run and then get a good 5% today alone. There is some decent volume behind this damn thing, it looks like this morning. Let's take a look really quick. So the 1 minute, it's got some decent volume, but still, I mean, it's showing signs of pretty highly overbought. Like I said, I think it's due for a pullback, but I've been wrong before on that, especially on Gush and Drip. If you guys watched me last Monday on Gush and Drip, I kept saying that Drip had to pull back and Gush was gonna reverse, and I mean, it almost never happened until like the end of the day. So yeah, just like I said, always do your due diligence. And like I said, I'm never going to tell you guys exactly where to execute a trade or anything like that, because like I'm not a broker. I'm not like professional by any means. I'm just like you guys. I'm learning as always. Just trying to help as many people as possible by not making mistakes that I continue to make. Hopefully won't be making in the future. Good morning, JWYMC2. Oh, I know your name now. You told me that. Josh. Good morning, Josh. Gush and ascending pay. Yeah, that too. Because when you look at the 180 day, you saw Gush had this massive sell off, and when we look right there, look, we're breaking above the 180 day SMA. That is a very, very good sign for Gush. Actually, I didn't even realize that. I'm glad you brought that to my attention. I knew I had this ascending pattern because we hit a low of like 1687. Right now we're up. I mean, this was a good long-term investment even too. If you caught it right around $17, I personally would have waited until it broke above the EMA at least, so probably around 20. But from 20 to where it's at now, you're looking at what, about 25%. I mean, that's a huge return. So anyways, now what I'm looking for, since we broke above the SMA, the SMA and the EMA, we're staying above the EMA for the most part. This is really exciting actually, because now what I'm looking for is for this SMA to start to flatline and reverse back up. It'll be interesting to see. You can see, if we zoom back in a little there, you can see the SMA is starting to show signs of flatlining. What does that mean? In theory, what it should do, especially since now that we're starting to trend above it, trending above the EMA, and just keep on, like you said, ascending pattern. In theory, this SMA should flatline possibly, or not even flatline very long. But generally, they do flatline for a second, and then they start to ascend up along with the pattern. So then the SMA would start to kind of act as a support. You might see it pull back to the SMA and then continue to bounce and just keep rising. It just depends on oil prices. Usually in the summer, I've been saying this pretty much since I've started trading, because I looked at prices of oil ever since I was like 15 years old, because obviously as oil prices go up, what else goes up? Your price at the pump. So these are like your most important, if you ask me. But what I'm looking for is, what is oil going to keep on doing? Is it going to keep going up? I predict it will. Summertime is when we tend to have our highest prices. $65. I say the next highest resistance we're going to have is 66. I called out, what was it, 60, what were we at yesterday? I think I said 64. If I remember right, 64. We're now above 64. The next resistance is going to be around 66. If we take a look at it here, you see what I'm talking about, right around 66. Every time we get above it, boom, come down, boom, sell off. Then we had that one right around 63, 64, boom, got rejected, 66, boom. So, I mean, now it's past 64, so, or it's slightly, it might get rejected, who knows, but by the news and just everything going on with Syria, I look for oil to continue to go up, and then at least to around 66, maybe even this week, hit around 66, which would obviously also be signs of a good swing trade for Gush. You can hold Gush probably for a few days in all honesty. But I would still wait for some sort of a pullback. It looks like it might have, did it pull back slightly? I know it didn't pull back a lot, but it looks like it might have pulled back a little bit, because we hit 24.48. It's not real. It's actually showing like a staircase pattern almost. This might be your little pullback. I don't want to say that for sure. Like I said, I'm never going to tell you guys exactly where to invest in ever. but it's showing sign. It's starting to show a possible sign of a staircase pattern, which would obviously mean it would continue up. It's still showing signs that it wants to pull back, so be careful. Like I said, always do your due diligence and make your own trades at the end of the day. I'm always here to make suggestions and tell you, break down my technical analysis, but yeah, ETFs are definitely, to me at least, from my experience, your safest route when it comes to swing trades for sure. Hopefully that helped you out some, Dustin. Wow, was there some news this morning that I'm missing out on? Because /VX, what's the SPY doing this morning? Well, not even the SPY, SPX, S&P. The hell? You did it with Ford. Ford was up this morning, wasn't it? What's going on with my damn Thinkorswim? It did this yesterday morning too. Am I seriously gonna have to like exit out? Hold on, guys. Apparently I'm gonna have to sign back into this damn thing. I hate when it does this. It did the same thing yesterday morning too. Wow, we got 7 people joining. Welcome, welcome. Wow, this is a lot more people than yesterday morning. First and foremost, if you're new to the channel, if this is like your first video, welcome. Obviously, my name is Griffin Thomas. I am the runner, whatever you want to call it, of this YouTube channel, Millennial Motivation Entrepreneur. If you're wondering, yes, I love trading. Trading is like the forefront of my channel for the most part, ever since like I found that it's like my true passion. We all have that aha moment where we find our passion, or a lot of us do at least, especially if we're in the entrepreneurial mindset. I always love stock markets, numbers and whatnot, kind of a nerd, I guess you could say. Growing up, I mean, I was just talking about, I watched the price of oil ever since I was like 15 years old, essentially. But, yeah, pretty much, I'll continue here in a second. I got to focus to make sure I get my password right. Pretty much, yeah. It's not just about the stock market here. We're just about any way to achieve financial freedom. I started this YouTube channel over like a year ago when I was starting to sell on Amazon and eBay. I actually got scammed myself, and that's how I actually came upon the opportunity for Amazon and eBay. Out of that whole scam, that was the one thing I took away from it, was how to start an eBay store. And then from there, from eBay, I hopped into Amazon, merch by Amazon, all kinds of things. There we go. But yeah, I mean, I just want to help as many people as possible. I continue to say I will never sell a course whatsoever. Shoot. Hopefully you caught Ford on that rise up. Are you still in Ford, or are you just saying in general that you caught Ford previously? But yeah, I'm never going to sell courses or anything like that. I just want to help as many people as possible. But I really only help people that help themselves. I mean, I'm not here to like just essentially tell, like I always say, I'm never going to tell you guys where to trade, what to trade exactly. All I can do is say how I feel. If I were in your situation, how you like to trade, this is what I would do. But I will never tell you guys an exact entry point or anything. You'll always see me, I'll be like, well, I'm wondering if this. Like, I mean, none of us have crystal balls here. All we can do is help each other with like patterns, technical analysis and whatnot, and see what each other brings to the table. I mean, there's a lot of people that get, like, I'm in a bunch of, I wouldn't say a few chats where people just get massively butthurt whenever you like kind of question their thought process. SPY's under 264. And I just don't get it. It's like people get massively butthurt. They're like, oh, are you just like pretty much calling me out to improve your ego or some shit? And I'm like, no. I mean, I was asking, and this happened last night actually, that's why I'm bringing that up. I was just like, I'm legitimately asking you a question. Like, the dude said the stock market's like reversing essentially, and he's actually like a whatever you call it, admin of this group, and he got all like butthurt about it. And I was like, dude, I'm asking you like a legit question. I asked it this morning. Why? What do you see that showing signs that the stock market's actually reversing? And he kind of just got butthurt about it. And I was like, all right, I guess I'll just hop off here for the night, because I'm not trying to get banned or anything. I was just legit asking. I told you guys I didn't see any signs of reversal yet. I said over and over, the S&P, if we go look at SPY, SPX, I mean, it has to get above. Let me go back here to, I want to look at 180 day, and then we'll zoom in and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about, so it doesn't sound like I'm just blowing smoke out of my ass. What is going on with Thinkorswim today? Are you kidding me? Every time I try to look at the 180 day on the S&P, it's messing up. This is annoying. It's not my internet, guys, either. My internet's actually doing really well now. But this is really annoying. But yeah, I keep telling them, I'm like, there's no, and you have to see, like let's just use SPY for example. I say a SPY can get above 270 and hold it, and just keep showing signs of like an ascending pattern, keep showing signs that it keeps making like higher highs and lower lows. Higher highs and higher lows, then yes, that will be true signs of reversal. But we keep getting above like 264 to 266, and we keep getting rejected. I mean, just look at that pattern. I mean, that's what I was pretty much pointing out, and they were just getting butthurt about. I was like, I don't want anybody to lose money. I mean, who the hell would root for people to lose money? I'm just trying to like kind of let them see my point of view, because my point of view has helped some people make money. So I was just like, whatever. I was like, yeah, I'm not an admin of a big group. Whatever. I mean, I don't care about that. I just want to help people make money. I want to make money. I mean, we're all here to make money. That's why I try to tell people. I'm like, I'm here to make money. I'm not here to make friends. If I make friends along the way, cool. I'm more worried about making money and helping other people make money and stay positive. So, quick rant about last night. Just kind of pissed me off a little bit. But all I did was hop off there for a little bit. I hopped back on this morning. Didn't seem to have no trouble this morning. So, I'm not going to like start any drama or anything like that. I'm trying to see if I can get any Facebook news. Do any of you guys also hear anything about Facebook this morning? I know me and Tyler were talking about it's supposed. He said tomorrow, but I could have sworn they were just saying that the Facebook, they were awaiting his thing for today. So we'll see. I'm waiting for sure. I don't understand why is the markets are up. The markets are up a lot actually. Like everything's green. Well, not everything. I mean, technically 4/VX is down, but like TVIX, yes, it's down, but I don't get, it's still rising. I mean, I know that like technically, so I don't want to confuse anybody or like get called out for being an idiot. Like 4/VX doesn't like go inverse of the market. It's like volatility essentially. So the higher volatility is, the higher your 4/VX, TVIX, what other ones? UVXY. There's a whole bunch of other ones. They will go up, but does Nasdaq? What is Nasdaq? Is that that's not QQQ, is it? Is it just NAS? Is it? I don't really look at Nasdaq too much. Is it the QQQ? Is that what that? Ah, damn it. Is that one QQQ? I don't remember. So that's the what, 20 day? I can't lie, I don't look at the Nasdaq that often as I probably show here. I don't even know if QQQ, I'm assuming QQQ is because you're talking about the red candles. Yes, they're falling, but I mean, they're still up, aren't they? The whole markets overall are generally up. Let me go ahead and pull up. Yeah, I mean, they're still up pretty high. 300 points on the Dow, 66, 67 on the Nasdaq. Only 2.3 on the SPY. I was saying this morning, right before market open, I said I would not be surprised if, I mean, it's setting up like yesterday. Does this not look a lot like yesterday almost, guys? I mean, the only difference is did we, let me go ahead, because I've obviously been like all over SPY lately, because SPY and TVIX almost seem to inverse one another. So, okay, the SPY, I'm looking to see what's going to happen around this SMA, right around 63.17. But what I was wanting to look at mostly is, look at yesterday. We had this minor pullback, pretty similar. We had a pullback, and then boom, we started seeing staircase pattern up. And then obviously we all know what happened yesterday. It almost, man, is this? That's head and shoulders if I ever seen it. But then we saw this push up. I don't know. There's like no way to really read this market in all honesty. You can go, I'd love to go off my SMA, but I mean, literally, this is about as head and shoulders as you can get. Ugh, whatever. So here we go. We already got a green candle on the SPY. Let's see if that can hold up. Like I said, I'm just looking to see what it's going to do as it gets around that SMA indicator on the 5-day. Let's look at the 10-day. See if there's much of a difference. So it's pretty close to that 10-day. Got close to it, bounced off. Yeah, it does seem a bit like yesterday. Yeah, I mean, it's setting up an awfully lot like yesterday. So we're not close to the 20-day SMA yet. When we got close to the 20-day SMA yesterday, boom. But I mean, look at that head and shoulders. Generally, we all know what tends to happen with head and shoulders, so I'm not even going to go there. But hell, it's almost setting up for another head and shoulders. Or peaks. These would be your peaks, wouldn't they? Wouldn't that be your quote-unquote peaks? I don't really go too technical when it comes to like the whole terms of like peaks, head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders. I mean, I know it's good like you should, but I mean, this market just goes to show you can pretty much throw everything out the, not everything, but close to everything out the window when it comes to your overall analysis. I mean, technical analysis isn't even safe hardly anymore. Technical analysis is obviously the best way to go, but yeah, this market is just nuts. What? Please explain. Please explain what. What I was just talking about with throwing everything out the window. Is that what you were talking about with throwing everything out the window? I mean, I'm not necessarily saying like throw everything out the window and just throw fucking darts in the dark or anything, but I mean, just look here. Or here, let me go ahead and like pull up a 5-day so you can see it better. Look at that. That's your classic head and shoulder pattern. It's not following what would generally happen with head and shoulders, but whatever. But if you were talking about like what do I mean whenever I said throw everything out the window, I was kind of joking slightly, but I mean, literally, this market is just nuts right now. No one can predict anything. I mean, I think that's partially why everybody's kind of snappy with one another in the chats. I mean, it's literally almost every single chat room you get in. I mean, people are just snappy with one another, it seems. That's why I didn't take like huge offense last night or anything when they were getting a little snappy with me about the market. But head and shoulders. So I can't lie, I just learned head and shoulders, like what they're meaning. I might actually look it up again just so I don't misquote. I do not want to spread like horrible information that's like totally wrong. Let me go ahead and get mine pulled back up here. Head and shoulders. Okay, let me get it pulled up here. I literally just learned it because someone actually called it out, believe it or not, on Stock Twits. They were like, SPY setting up a nice head and shoulders pattern in a bad way, supposedly. Pretty much the head and shoulders on, when you're doing technical analysis, the formation pretty much is either going to be a reversal either from a bullish or bearish trend, pretty much meaning, yeah, so, okay, I was right. So when you see this, generally what you'll see follow is it's going to trend down. Like, I'll let you guys see like the Google image that it even shows. So like, does this not look, just look at this right in here, what my arrow is going over from about right here to right here. And then look at this picture. Hopefully you guys can see that all right. Isn't that almost just a classic head and shoulder pattern? So, I have something in my mouth. Just from that aspect alone, as well as, so, since you were saying head and shoulders, so pretty much what you'd expect here, as you can see with the picture, what happened? It started to continue to go down. That is when you'd see a reverse from like a bullish to a bearish pattern. And then whenever you'd see an inverse head and shoulders, you would see pretty much the flip side. You would see, just imagine this, but opposite essentially. You'd see it almost kind of form like a cup and handle formation. Not necessarily, but because you still have your shoulders. But you'd see this, then you'd see this, and then you'd see it continue on up. But yeah, quick little lesson on head and shoulder pattern. Like I said, I mean, I'm still learning this. I even just pulled it up to make sure I wasn't wrong because I don't want to spread like false, horrible information or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, literally, that is just your classic head and shoulders, and it didn't matter. It just kept going. Obviously, President Xi came out, pretty much kissed Donald Trump's ass a little bit, kissed America's ass a little bit, slightly. Don't take what he said. I don't think the markets are necessarily buying exactly everything he said. Obviously, the markets are still up decently. Check Facebook again. I'll head over there. But he didn't really, like they always say, words, look at that. What the hell? Cash out, boy. You better cash out. Don't get greedy. You know what I say. Cover profits. how's that work too? I always I want to ask you about that with options too, because you're my options guy. So say this continues, say it went up to 261. I'm not saying it is whatsoever. I'm saying see we're already down under 160. Like I said, cover them damn profits. But say you had your call at 160 and it went up to 161. Would you make more money by selling that option at 161 than is it pretty much like trading stocks where, like, obviously you sell higher, you make more? Man, I really hope you cover profits because that's not looking good now. 2 candles in a row. It could continue to have like this might be a staircase pattern, so it might just have a little pullback and keep trending up. But you guys know what I say about cover profits, of course. But so like I said, if you had your calls at 160 and you sold it at 161, would you make more money, essentially, is what I'm pretty much asking there. But yeah, definitely watch that for sure. It looks like it's trying to hold right above a little bit above 169.50. Don't panic, Tyler. Just like I said, it might be showing a staircase pattern actually. Could you break down PTN? Sure. Look, it's trying to go back up already, Tyler. So yeah, don't worry about that. It looks like it might be a potential staircase pattern, starting to trend above the EMA as well. But Dustin, oh, are you heading out for a little bit? Gotta go to work or something? I'll probably still be here if you want to hop on any other time of the day. A lot of support at 160. Okay. But Tyler, answer my question, man. If you were to sell that at 161, would you make more off of that? Hell yeah, yeah, for sure. Would you make more if you sold that option at, what were we talking about, PTN? Where is that at? PTN, okay. I lost your message for a minute. But if you, like you said, your call is at 160. If you sold at 161, would you make more money on that call? PTN. Ooh, that might be a potential good buy. Wait for it. Let's see. That's the 1 day. I want to look at the 20-day. Holy shit. Look at that volume. So this might, let's look at the 180. What company is this? Oh, I can't see anything. PTN. So overall, they have good earnings calls. You always make more money. Okay, that's what I figured. I figured it's kind of like just how the stocks work overall. Obviously, you sell higher, you make more. But I just wanted to make sure. Man, I can't wait to do options, man. It just sucks that Robinhood makes you have that margin account. I don't know if you heard me talk about that this morning, but I'll mention that here in a minute again. But yeah, I mean, what I like about this, consistently trending above the 180-day SMA. You can see it gets near it, even when below it slightly. But what it do? It bounced again, just keeps on bouncing off. Only thing I'd be slightly worried about, I mean, I wouldn't be too worried because, I mean, the volume is still really there. Might be showing signs of a peak formation, which means it might be getting ready to be, I don't know. Like I say, you don't want to rely on your indicators at all when it comes to, like, especially if you're looking at day trading this, which I would obviously assume you are. It's a penny stock still, after all. I would never hold these overnight too often. I make very rare occasions, but too often I would never hold penny stocks overnight. That's why I never talk about swing trading penny stocks. I thought I was going to, and then I learned my lesson with swing trading penny stocks, and I was like, that's never happening again. But point being, yeah, I mean, this looks good overall. It's actively trending up. Only thing I don't like is that it's so far above that SMA that it has a lot of room to drop. I mean, it could drop 33% within hours or days. So definitely be careful with that. It looks like they might be due for another earnings call before long. When was that? Actually, that might be a little bit, because when was that previous one? Yeah, I don't know when their next earnings call. I don't know anything about this company, but yeah, it sounds like an earnings call might be due within the next month or so. Like I said, I don't know anything really about this company, but yeah, I mean, I like overall. I mean, it's consistently trending above its SMA. But like I said, even on the 20-day, look at that potential drop. Still about 20 to 30%. So be careful if you get into this. Obviously, it keeps making new highs, which is awesome. Keeps making higher highs and lower lows. I mean, overall, from a technical analysis standpoint, this is a pretty solid buy. What I would like to see, though, because I mean, it's really overextended even on this 5-day. I'd like to see it pull back. How far? I don't know. Let's look at the 1 day. So 1 day, it's getting near the 1 day SMA. It's showing signs that it wants to, again, bounce off of the SMA. So this is Okay, so we had a little push up. Still above the EMA. It might be still above the EMA. I wish the EMA would catch up. Okay, so I'd wait for probably one more green candle. I'd want it to at least get above like 153. If it can get to 153, I'd definitely consider hopping in. You see your confirmation of bouncing off the SMA. Say you got in at 153, I would write it up probably to around the high. I don't know if it'll make a new high today. I would just write it up there. I mean, even if you write it to only like around right here, around 158, look at that. That's over 3%. That is why, I mean, yes, I wouldn't say I shit on penny stocks, but I don't necessarily trade penny stocks myself right now. Oh man, we just saw a bad red candle. I want to see, yeah, see, that's why I always say what I say. That is classic case of wait for confirmation. You could have hopped in way too early and then watch, boom, it just dropped what, 3%, right? Or 2, I forget, was it up 4% or 5? I forget. Either way, it dropped a lot right here, which doesn't make sense because there's some volume. But that is always why. That's classic case of wait for confirmation, especially with penny stocks. But yeah, I want to see it bounce above this SMA. Let's go back and look at the 5-day. Yeah, see, I mean, like I said, it has look at these red candles on the 5-day. This isn't looking good actually. If I were you, I'm gonna wait on this one. Because yes, it had a good push pre-market. Everything had a good push pre-market. But we're seeing what? Hold on. It's a penny stock, so I don't want to. Yeah, no, I'm not even gonna say that. But man, it's setting up like it though. Yeah, I don't know. I would hold back on this. Like I said, wait for confirmation at least. It's definitely a day trade, so this 5-day chart isn't necessarily exactly end all be all, but I mean, this is never something you like to see. It's continuing to drop. So yeah, I mean, there's no hurt. The best trade you can make is no trade at all at the end of the day. So I would just kind of hold back on it. I would go back and forth between the 5-day and the 1-day on this one. Because as you can see, the 5-day shows something pretty different from the 1-day. It still has about a 5% drop potential. It could end the day minus 3+%. But then again, see, now it's below the 1-day. So I mean, I want to wait for it to not only get back above the 1-day. There's 2 scenarios where I'm looking out for. I want to watch it either trim back above the 1-day on the SMA and then bounce off of it again. So you might be waiting a little bit for this to happen. Like pretty much wait for all signs of confirmation. Wait for it to get back above it, extend out a little, come back down, bounce off of the SMA, not get below it hardly at all. I mean, it's not too far below, but I don't want to see it get no lower than like 149. Obviously, every penny makes a big difference when it comes to these penny stocks. So I want to wait for it to come back above it, bounce again, and then continue up, and then lock in my 3 to 4, maybe even 5% on the day. It could look RSI is showing signs of highly oversold. So I mean, but look at the MACD; it's showing no signs of wanting to get ready to trend up. Yeah, and then I would just continue to bounce back and forth with the 5-day because I mean there is massive potential for this thing to continue to sell off today. It could easily swing another 5-6% downward by the end of the day. So just be careful with that. But yeah, that could be a potentially good call out. Good one to at least overall. Like I said, the overall pattern of the stock I like. I mean, it's actively trending up. Yes, it is highly extended. That's the only thing I'm worried about. But other than that, I mean, this seems like a pretty decent penny stock. In all honesty, I mean, rarely do you see a penny stock on the 180-day do nothing but trend up. You might see a trend up, then trend down for a couple months, and then trend back up. Acres, a prime example. And that's one that I generally like. Look, it is actively trending down. Now it's starting to actively trend up, showing signs it's actively I mean, the penny stocks are just generally all over the place. That was what, PTN, correct? Yeah. And look, now it's already down to 146. So yeah, just hold out on it. Best trade is always to make no trade at all. But yeah, good call out though. That was a good one. Did you scan for that one? Yeah, those staircases, you always make more money. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm assuming you're talking about the whole Robinhood deal. Yeah, I mean, that kind of sucks, but who knows? When I can get my account to about $2,000, which is looking within the next month, I might consider doing it. I'll definitely keep you guys updated on that for sure. Let me tell you about options. Facebook is up 1.4%, which means stock of, which means stock off of 10K. I'm up. Dude, are you, man? You're trying to light a fire under my ass, aren't you? Dude, I love that. I love seeing people win. That's awesome. So you're up 36% on the day overall. Like, is Facebook the only one you're really playing today? I mean, even if it is, I mean, good for you, dude. That's fucking awesome. So what, I'm assuming you're trading with about a 10K account? Hold on, my math might be wrong on that. Oh, dumbass. It says right there, 10K. Okay, yeah. Wow. I'm telling you, I'm still waking up. Got to finish this cup of coffee. It's one I've been watching. Yeah, hell, you've been watching. Hell, depending on how long you've been watching it. I mean, shit, you should have made a move. Because, damn. I mean, like I said, I never like to. This would be, like I said, there's always rare exceptions for penny stocks, ETFs, ETNs, anything in the stock market. There's rare exceptions. When you see a pattern like this, if I caught it right here, I might potentially hold it. I mean, look, this is just in a week. What? 4-3. So in a week, this thing has shot up 34%. Like I said, there's rare cases. There are unicorns out there for everything. There's thousands of stocks. I mean, there's man, I'm getting excited. So excited, I'm choking over here. There's always just rare cases for everything. There's a unicorn out there for everybody. But yeah, like I said though, I wouldn't get too excited because this thing is eventually going to pull back to around the SMA. Maybe. I mean, we see cases all the time where these things just continue to shoot up. SMA finally catches up and shoots up with it. So who's to say I could be definitely wrong here? Sorry, I hope my camera's not shaking. My screen's really bad about doing this shaking thing, so hopefully I'm not getting too crazy in here. But yeah, I mean, that's awesome call out, man. I mean, it's consolidating. I'm kind of interested in this one, man. I wish I had some funds today. Okay, we got our first green candle on the 5-day. Only thing I don't like is this peak. It has like the peaks that I don't generally like to see. But had signs of a staircase pattern, and yeah, I'm still waiting on it. Like I said, there's no harm in waiting, especially over what? I mean, say you hopped in right now and it did happen to go up. I mean, what's the difference between waiting at 148 versus waiting till around even just 153? Yes, 3%. 3% potential. But then say you get in at 153 or even 154 and then ride it up, you're still looking at what, 3 to 4% potential. And then you're actually trading like a good trader. You did your technical analysis, you waited for confirmation. You're not only trading like a good trader at that point, but you're a lot less on edge, because like when you buy in right here, you're taking a lot more risk. Where if you wait for it to bounce above the SMA and not only bounce above, wait for it to pull back again and then bounce again, it's showing confirmation that's actively trending up at that point, continuing to actively trend up. So especially for a day trade, like I said, I do look for it to possibly bounce today, maybe even before lunch, but I would just keep an eye on it for sure. Overall, that's a very good one. Awesome shit. Yeah, man, that's awesome, Tyler. Man, I want to trade options so bad. So 4/VX is coming down a little. TVIX is down a little. Do you guys mess with VIX at all? Or is it you all don't like the volatility in VIX? Shit. I hope it's not forming head and shoulders on VIX either. See this? Came up. Hopefully it doesn't start to flatline. That could be potentially bad news. If it flatlines, how's SPY doing? Back above 264. I'm gonna watch it. See how many we got tuning in now. Oop. Damn, we still got 8 people on here. Welcome. That's another thing I wanted to do. I just wanted to thank everybody. We've gained quite a few subscribers the last day or two. So I just want to welcome everybody that's new. Love to have you here. If this is your first time seeing me, sorry for those of you that have been with me for a while. I know I keep like reiterating this for like new people, but obviously the channel's small, and I'm gonna obviously plan to keep growing this channel. I want to reach as many people as possible and just help and teach as many people as possible. But yeah, I mean, even for those of you that are relatively new, like, just love having you all here. I mean, it's a lot more fun whenever you have a community here to just talk about different stocks, ETFs, and just get a whole bunch of different opinions. Like Tyler, if it wasn't for Tyler, I would have never probably even considered options. I kind of seen options. Obviously, everything's gambling in the stock market, or not gambling. You're only gambling if you're not doing any technical analysis at all. But obviously, there's always a high form of risk, and I know that options is a lot higher of a risk. So before talking to you, Tyler, I probably would have never even considered options for me. But like now that like I see and I'm starting to actually understand it, and I'm kind of opening my mind to it and looking up videos and learning about it. Like I said, I watched a few videos on it last night. I mean, we can learn off of each other, just pretty much what I'm saying. So definitely welcome to those of you that are new. Hopefully I can somehow win you over and earn your subscription by you hitting that subscribe button and bell icon below. That way you will be notified. I know I get a lot of questions about it. People ask me, do I go live every day? Currently, yes, I'm going live every single day, almost every single day, especially during market hours. I also go live like on Sundays for what I call Sunday Stock Watch in the evening, where I kind of just go over ETFs and stocks that I'm looking out for possible movers or just consistent gainers. Like I'm not looking for huge like 30% gap ups. I'm no Tim Sykes guy or anything like that. You all seen yesterday, Tim Sykes was hard in some of my comments. So I mean, I'm active in his channel, but I'm not like him. I just love everybody's taking different points of view. Any way to make money. That's what I'm all about. Like I always tell people, I'm here to make money, not necessarily make friends. I'd love to make friends and make good connections along the way, but you're going to have people that love you, people that hate you. Point being, just hopefully I can impact your life, impact your stock trading, and teach you, maybe hopefully you teach me as much as I can teach you. And yeah, I mean, I don't want to ramble too much about it. Just we're all here to make money at the end of the day. So always be kind, considerate, and open-minded to learning. I mean, I just admit it straight up. If one for Tyler opening my eyes to options, I would have probably never even got into options, or even I would have even messaged Robinhood about options. I never considered it, but SPY is trying to go up still. I'm still, like I said, with SPY, if it doesn't get above 265 and hold above it, I'm not looking at it to really move that much. I mean, we're setting up a lot like yesterday, guys. I mean, we kind of pulled back a little bit harder for a little bit longer than yesterday, but you're never going to have an exact day-to-day same kind of movement. What I'm looking for now is a potential staircase pattern on up to 265, but then at that point, is it going to hold above 265? Obviously, in my case, I don't want it to. I want it to continue to trend down at least today. I'm wanting to get out of TVIX and DRIP really bad. DRIP, I might have to hold on for a little bit longer. I don't know. I mean, in all honesty, guys, I'm probably going to have to cut losses on both of these at some point. Just learn my lesson, take it as a quick little lesson, and move on. I'm not going to hold these much longer for sure. By this week, they're gone. I mean, I'm just going to have to cut my losses if I don't make any profit on them. I got into them at stupid times. For those of you that didn't hear, I just recently got back from a Texas vacation. Actually, it was my first vacation in like 5 years, maybe even more. But so it was fun, of course. And I'm going to be moving to Dallas, the Fort Worth area here this year. So for those of you that are from Dallas area, definitely link up with me in the chat, of course. But yeah, I just made some stupid trades. I mean, like, I'm always going to be upfront and honest with you guys. I made some just stupid trades. I made some stupid trades on DRIP, some stupid trades on TVIX. I tried averaging down on TVIX. Those aren't doing too bad on my averaging down, but I only bought 5 shares yesterday averaging down. I don't even remember what I bought them at. Wasn't it like right around 990 if I remember right? So, yeah, it was just stupidity. I mean, I'll always be upfront and admit that. But live and learn. I mean, I'm still pretty new at this myself, and that's pretty much what this channel is all about. It's me just pretty much documenting every single thing that I do. SPY getting near 265. Let's see what happens. But pretty much just documenting every single thing that I do, what works for me, what doesn't work for me, stupid mistakes I made, successes that have come along the way. Just looking to grow and help you guys grow as well. I mean, like I said, we're all here to make money. But how, I'm gonna look at Facebook since, I wonder, did you sell your calls on Facebook? Damn, it still has a staircase pattern to it. Leading up to that Mark Zuckerberg deal. Keeps making new highs of the day. I'm hoping my stream's doing all right too. If my stream ever starts to like kind of get a little haywire, let me know and I'll try to figure out what's going on with that. But yeah, like I told you guys straight up, I got my Robinhood pulled up. We're not doing very good at all. Obviously, you can see. Just overall, I mean, not doing very good with TVIX, not doing very good with DRIP. Just got in at horrible prices. I did technical analysis on it, but I didn't do enough. I did let's put it this way. For technical analysis on the both of them, I got all my technical analysis done in about 5 minutes around 11 o'clock at night. Just getting back from a 9-hour drive, actually about 8.5 hours. We only stopped one time from Dallas, Texas to Columbia, Missouri. That is literally 575 miles. We only stopped one time. I was exhausted, but I was like, I need to do some technical analysis so I know what to trade. Yeah, I was just an idiot. I was just stupid. But it is what it is. You live and learn, like I always say. Look at that. I mean, we continue to make new highs on Facebook. Tyler, I want to hear from you about Facebook. You think we're going to see 161 on that? I'm thinking we might at this point. Yeah, there's going to be a strong resistance right around 161, but I think we might hit that today. Obviously, I'm not in Facebook, but Tyler has some Facebook options, some call options, and he had it at 160. So, like personally, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm a chicken shit. I would have cut my. I keep saying cut my profits. I'd cover my profits and move on. I mean, I like the staircase pattern. That's the only reason I would consider holding. But me personally, I always cover profits. I was telling him to cover profits like right at 160. So, yeah, I mean, I'm just always a profits guy. He set up 36% on 10 grand. That's, wow. So he's pretty much made over 3 grand today. That's awesome. I love hearing that. It's motivation for me. So apparently Acre is actually trying to make a rebound. Wasn't it down to like 47 cents or something like that? 45? Yeah, it was down to 45 cents. Had a huge pullback, at least, to say the least. I'd say sell-off. Because, I mean, that's down 14%. Still down 5% for the day. If you caught it at the panic sell-off, see, that's Tim Sykes trading right there. He always says looks for the panic and then catch it like 2-3 candle confirmation and then ride it up. I see why he likes that kind of trading. Because, I mean, look, that's 7.777, lucky number right there. Almost 8% profit, but it's just not my style. You guys know my style. I like waiting for true confirmation. That's why I don't do penny stocks too often, just because, I mean, there's higher risk with it. It's for sure higher risk. Higher risk, higher reward, but just not my style, really. Not, like I said, I'm not knocking penny stocks at all. I still have Acre. I have Seed. I need to remove Seed. It's a turd. But I have Acre, BPMX. I might remove BPMX as well. I mean, I got some penny stocks in here. I've traded penny stocks. I just didn't really have good success overall. I might try to get at some point, but yeah. And I mean, I'll always go over it. We just broke down a penny stock that was really good. What was that? PNT, wasn't it? Where's it at? Where's it at? Whatever it was like PNT or something. We broke that one down. That was a really good one. Actually, it should be in my history. Yeah, PTN. There we go. So we looked at it. Why did I like this? For those of you that are just tuning in. Look at that. 180 day, trending above that SMA. Every time it got near it, bounced. The only thing I'm worried about is look at the margin right here that it has for pulling back. And we see a huge, not huge, but we see a decent red candle. Look, it's still around 146. We were talking about that earlier. There's a potential drop if it comes down to even just close to the SMA of 27%. Will that happen in one day? I mean, it could. It is a penny stock after all. I mean, we see these trends happen with penny stocks all the time where it's up, and then boom, it loses 20 to 50% in hours. So, like I always say, be careful. But then when we look at the 5-day, because we're looking at day trading, of course, even here on the 5-day, there's signs that it's trying to still continue to pull down close to the SMA, so there's still a potential of about a 4%, 5% drop. So that's why I was telling him to be careful with that. And then on the 1 day, we see that it's below. That's why I was looking at the 5 day. We looked at the 1 day first. It's actively trending below it now, it seems. Might be showing signs of a, no, I wouldn't call that a bull pattern yet. But yeah, it looks like it's one to continue to trend down. That's why we were saying once it broke the 1 day SMA, we started to look at the 5 as a potential where it could continue to drop. And I was telling him either way, what I would wait for, kind of hop back and forth between your 5 and 1 day, see if it continues to trend down. If it does, then wait for it to bounce off of that SMA or watch it continue to trend down, one of the two. Either way, wait for it to either bounce off that 5 day, catch it up, then you have a huge profit potential margin for one. But then two, you'd probably see a resistance area around 147, but still huge profit potential. And then on the 1 day, say that it continues, say it reverses and tries to trend back up, wait for it to break above the SMA right around 150. Wait for it to come up. Don't invest in then. Wait for it to pull back. Unless if it just continues to show signs that boom, it's back. Like then catch it on the run, of course. You don't want to chase it, but catch it running, of course. But what I would like to do is wait for it to come up, have a pullback, bounce back off the SMA, and then hop in. Like I said, right at that point, probably around like 153, maybe even 154, and then ride it up for a quick 3 to 4% profit potential. That's like I said. I mean, that's just my type of style. It's what's tend to work for me. It looks like this thing's continuing to trend down, so I would continue to look at the 5 day, 5 minute. I would see what happens every 5 minutes. We had one green candle, but we continue to see red candle, red candle, red candle actively trending down. So yeah, hopefully you guys like that technical analysis. That's my kind of technical analysis that I like to do when it comes to any stocks, penny stocks, ETNs, ETFs, whatever. And if you notice, the bids are, I believe the bids are outdoing the ask right now. No, they're not. They're trying to bring it back up, but it's just failing. So Facebook still, yeah, man, hopefully Tyler's covering them profits. I mean, yes, there is still a staircase pattern, but like I said, I don't like taking risk, especially when it comes to options. There's already a huge risk in come on, dude. There's already a huge risk in options as it is, but you add everything else to it. It's trying to come back up. So I mean, who knows? It could continue on back up. I mean, you see the staircase pattern. I mean, it's just, but the thing is, you see the staircase going in like early this morning, not early, but at market open, we see solid stairs like boom, boom. But now look, they're starting to get smaller. That's signs that we're starting to top out. We know there's a resistance where? Right around 161. I called it out. I said there's a resistance between, what was it, 160.80 and 161. And where to get to 174. It could continue to trend up. Like I said, we might test around 161. But why take the risk? I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it's just, to me, it's not worth that risk. What he said, he was up like 36% already. So he's probably up like 37, maybe more, 40% on options. Right up there, sell it, take them profits. Man, my back is already sore. Oh, I didn't sleep that well last night. Man, like I said, told you guys, not doing too well. Live and learn. I gotta learn that lesson. I keep on checking to make sure that we're doing all right here. But yeah, if you have any questions or tickers or anything like that you want me to break down, just throw them in the comments and I'll definitely be happy to do so. I noticed yesterday too, we had a slow period and then it seemed like right after lunch, boom, just everybody just started rushing. And I'm thinking too, I meant to bring this up like right at the beginning of the stream. I'm thinking about today, I'm not saying like I'm going to quit at lunch or anything, but for today, depending on just how the market moves and whatnot today, looks like we're starting to have our slow period in the morning possibly. Not a whole lot of movement going on right now, but again, setting up a lot like yesterday, isn't it? But wow, that's a huge staircase pattern right there. So we're above 265. This is going to be what to watch now with SPY. overbought for sure. One thing about doing is like right around lunch hour, so that'd be 12 Eastern, of course. I'm thinking about me taking a lunch myself. I got a little bit hungry yesterday. I didn't eat my lunch till like 4:30 yesterday. So I'm thinking about around lunch hour taking like a quick like 15-20 minute where I just log off the stream and then like I'll go live again right around like 12:30 Eastern, so like 11:30 Central, and then wherever you are. But then hopping on again, and I'll label it pretty much the same as like a live stream in part 2. The same date, I'll put the date and everything, and I'll just say part 2. That way you guys know that like it's just part 2 of the stream that will continue on with the afternoon session. But it just depends, like I said. I don't know if I'm going to do that for sure or not. It's just an idea that I'm thinking about. So look, got up to 265, got rejected. But still a solid staircase pattern. So what I'm looking to see now, you see we consistently have a couple red candles, and then we go ahead and staircase back up. So now we're at our third red candle. I'm looking to see if we're going to start to continue to trend up, or what's going to happen right around that 265. I mean, it's got to hold 265 and keep going up, or it's just going to keep getting rejected. I know a lot of people who put calls on SPY too, so I'm wondering how you guys are doing on your SPY calls, because I got a feeling you guys are probably making some good money on those today. There we go, green candle. Let's see what happens there. 265. I mean, I don't even remember how high did we get yesterday. I know we got pretty high. I mean, yeah, that's after market hours, so I don't care about that. I'm talking about the overall market day. We got up to what? 264, about 26. What? Really? I thought we got up to 265 yesterday. So we're already a little higher than yesterday, which is expected, but still, I keep saying we got to hold 265 if we think that we're even going to have signs of a reversal in this market. So it's showing signs that wants to continue that staircase pattern. That is good for anybody with SPY calls, or if you're just holding SPY for a long-term position for whatever reason. Overall, the SPY is up 1.5% today, which isn't too bad. That tends to be the most we see it move. Even when it moves a lot, we see it move, what, about 2.25% on like a really, really good day, between 2 to 3%. But the average on a good green day is what, about 1% to 1.5%. I mean, you never see these really move too much for like a whole day. So setting up just like yesterday. We're gonna see what happens here. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I pretty much said the same thing yesterday, but just minus a point. I said I wouldn't be surprised if we'd hit around 264 to 265. We got rejected. Obviously, we had a huge sell-off yesterday. Obviously, there was a lot of news and whatnot going on. But today, I'm pretty much saying the same thing. I wouldn't be surprised if we get up to like 65 or maybe even 266, and then kind of get rejected around there and continue just trend down. I mean, but again, like I said, this market's so unpredictable. No one can really actively. Anyone that tells you that, oh, it's going to go to 300, or oh, it's going to go to 270, oh, it's going to do this, you need to just tune those people out. Those people are what I like to call idiots, and are probably broke, and yeah, it's just, I don't listen to that many people when it comes to trading. That's why I don't even think you guys can see my subscriptions, but that's why if you look at my subscriptions, I'm not subscribed to that many traders. Like, people were asking me yesterday, what do you think about blah, blah, blah. I mean, I don't want to be like Rube. I don't give a fuck what blah, blah, blah's doing, because like a lot of people, I say that all the time, there's a lot of people on YouTube that are scammers. That is why I really started my channel to begin with when it came to Amazon and eBay, because when it came to that, there were a lot of scammers all over the internet. They got me, and I was like, you know what, I want to provide some good information for people. Yeah, I mean, it's whatever. It's just crazy. There's scammers just all over the place. I don't get it either. Like, why scam? Do people like not believe in karma? I do. Got rejected again at 265. Like I said, 265 is going to be that. But look how the /VX, VIX futures essentially, is holding up. It's still above $20. I mean, is this not play-by-play of yesterday, guys? Other than the fact that oil's a little higher, oil's kind of the redheaded stepchild today. But I mean, it's still overall setting up like yesterday. I mean, drip really isn't even that low when it comes to oil. Oil keeps rising. Drip isn't really getting all that low. Gush is still struggling to get above $24.50 to $25. Yeah, I mean, it has a new low of the day. It had a huge sell-off after hours, but like looking at the 20-day, 1138 might, yeah, I was gonna say 1135 is the lowest, but so it's showing signs of actively. So as you see, drip had been trending down. I saw signs that it could be starting to actively trend up over the last like week or two, but it looks like we might be slipping back into. Actually, I think I want to see like the 30-day. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, we are still, okay, so now I want to take these out, that way I don't confuse people. I was just talking about, this was on one of my previous videos, I think a Sunday Stock Watch, I was talking about how drip might be reversing. Now it's not, obviously, so I'm going to go ahead and, actually I'm going to go ahead and, I'm just going to draw all new trend lines for what I'm, obviously your trend lines don't have to be like 100% correct, it's almost impossible to make your trend lines 100% correct, but you can get a good general idea just based off of your trend lines overall. So I'll draw them like this, something like that. And then we'll go ahead and just start out here. Something about like that. Hopefully that looks good to you guys. Looks pretty good to me. I could have maybe put this lower line a little lower, but it's not a big deal. So now if we go back to the 5-day, wouldn't be surprised if drip may hit around $11. It's gonna be interesting. Like I said, these trend lines don't mean like I'm like saying this is the highest it's gonna get or this is the lowest it's gonna get whatsoever. You can see, I mean, it went up to like 14. I even said, I keep saying that I think drip has a run in it where it can get back above 13 before it continues to just keep selling off. That's looking a little far-fetched at this point. 12.75 to 13, though, is definitely not out of the realm of possibility. Oil will continue to rise, probably. We already talked about oil some, but which is obviously good for Gush. But Gush is approaching that 25 resistance, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Gush, oil. Oil's next main resistance is around 65 to 66, 66 being the main resistance, of course. We talked about that earlier. If you guys want me to go into that again, those of you that are just tuning in, let me know, and I'll definitely be happy to do that for you. But, yeah. Gonna be interesting to watch for sure. Yeah, my cup, by the way, is like such a Christmas cup. I don't care. All I did was grab a random cup out of the cabinet. TVIX. Still hanging around $10. And I'm just tired today. Man. Dow Jones is up. Oh my God. See, this doesn't make sense. The markets are up massively. Dow Jones is up 469. SPY is up right around 265 still. NASDAQ is up 119. New York Stock Exchange, which doesn't really matter. NYSE is up 180. It just, something's a little crazy here. Still watching SPY. SPY is like our deal of the day to be watching. Yeah, zoom a little bit further. Still showing signs of that staircase pattern, so it's gonna be interesting. We've already been live a whole hour. Whew. But yeah, like I said, if you guys have any stocks, ETFs, or anything like that you want me to break down, definitely just throw them in the chat box there, and I'll definitely be happy to break them down for you. We went over FSM yesterday, didn't we? I don't remember who called that one out, but okay, so yeah, that's why someone called it out, because it was horizontally trending. SMA slightly acting as a support. How's it going, Tanner? So Cone, Kone. Jesus Christ. Let me look at the 1 year. I'm assuming this is a Chinese stock. So obviously, if this is Chinese or Japanese or something, Keystone, is it Keystone Tire maybe? Okay, the 5 days showing signs of overbought. It's definitely overextended for sure by looking at the SMA, at least on the 5 day. 10 day. Jesus Christ, this just had a lot of volume come in. 2 million. So it's well above the EMA. Good thing is EMA is trending up. SMA, however, is sensing. SMA hasn't caught up yet. Does it mean that it's going to and start to trend up with it? No, absolutely not. This could just be a false pump. You can see it got up to 990. It's already down to 9. It's up 75%. This could be a classic pump and dump, so be careful for sure. But I'm assuming this is a Chinese stock, it looks like, overall. And obviously with the news out of China, that could be a good reason for it to pump. It's already down again to 8.99 and dropping, it looks like. You can see we have signs of a double peak, if that's what they call it. Like I said, I'm not like too keen on the terms or anything, but overall this could be a potential staircase pattern. I wouldn't really refer to it like that myself, or it could be potential sign of a reversal. Look at the potential drop between the SMA and where it's at right now. It's right around 8.99, so let's just say 8.98. It's already down to 8.97 now. Has a potential drop 40% plus. I mean, it could easily drop below the SMA back down to around like 450. That's 50%. So I mean, huge risk. If you caught it on the way up, did you buy into this on the way up, or man, this happened today. Man, if you caught that on the way up, good for you. Hopefully you covered those profits. I'm all about covering profits, of course. When looking at it, let me look at the 1 day really quick. So 1 day overall, the 1 day potential to drop would be roughly, you can always, of course, drop well below your SMA. Why the hell does this keep happening? Has potential to still drop over 30%. First day in here, did you short at all? Actually, I can't short because like I have a Robinhood just cash account right now, and I'm actually looking at getting into options very soon. So it's your first time in here. You didn't see us talk about options, and we talked about shorting slightly, if I remember right, for a split minute. But but no, I personally don't short. I have my own little way of how I do my account right now, which is bought in at 6.90. Oh yeah, dude, that's awesome profits. So you got in 6.90. You had some ball. At least you waited for confirmation. I like that. You waited. It looks like you waited for confirmation at least. 6.90, and you wrote it up. What'd you say, to 9? So you wrote it up to about here. So yeah, I mean, you made 30% profit, dude. That's awesome. That is awesome. Sounds like you're having a hell of a day. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't short right now. Like I said, I'm still learning myself. You said it's your first day in here. Just like quick overview of me. Sorry for everybody that's like already watching, but I mean, I am a growing channel, of course. Pretty much, I started this channel a while back. Well, a long while back actually. I started selling on Amazon and eBay after I got scammed from someone on the internet. It was my own fault for being a stupid, at that time, 18 or 19, something like that, year old. And I was like, you know what, this is bullshit. People are getting scammed all the time. I'm going to start a YouTube channel. Never charge anyone like anything for any of my content. That way, people don't have to worry about getting scammed. I already said I'm never, no matter how much success I have, I'm never going to come out with a course. If anything, I might come out with a website where you guys can see like specific not deal, specific, what's the, lessons, man, I can't think today, lessons, but I'm never gonna like charge for a membership, anything like that. I know the feeling, what it feels like of this guy could be a scammer, this, that, and the other. I've been scammed. Like I said, I was scammed. That's how I got started. And then I finally found my passion here in the stock market. I've always been into the stock market, like I said before. Even though you said you're new, I always tell people I started out watching oil prices ever since I was like 15, right when I started driving, because I know as oil goes up, what else is going to go up? Your price at the tank. So that's obviously like the most important one to watch at that age. And yeah, it was just fun to get in here and just finally start doing this. I opened up a Robinhood account with about $200, $300. The account's not sitting too well right now. We're down quite a bit, but we're right around $750. And I'm investing now $400 a month into that account. I also talk about just really how to achieve financial freedom altogether, not have to worry about working a job. Obviously, it takes overnight. There's no get rich quick here whatsoever. You literally have to put in the work, put in the time. I talk about all kinds of things, getting out of debt, cash is king, all that good stuff. But yeah, overall, just looking to help as many people as possible, teach as many people as possible, and just develop a good community here where we can all just learn off of each other. If it wasn't for Tyler, I keep mentioning this, if it wasn't for him, I would have never even considered doing options in the near future. And he's got me like looking up videos at 1 in the morning on how to trade options. So awesome. But yeah, as for Cone, look, it's still falling. I think it's already had its pump. I think it's going to continue to drop today, but who knows? We'll see. I could be wrong, but I think it was just a good pump. Did you know if there was any news behind it? How's it going there, Adrian? Good to see you. But are you new? Actually, are you one of my newer viewers? Welcome. Either way. But yeah, look at that. It's still dropping. It's down like 10% just since we started talking about it. So yeah, just a quick overview about who I am. Hopefully you do get a little information, and hopefully we can all help each other out. That's the end goal, of course. CNET. Someone's pushing this. Where at? Good Lord. 30% put. Man, these are a bunch of damn Chinese. I mean, it's expected, right? There was some good news out of China, maybe. Good news out of China. Yeah. Let me get the 180 day on this damn thing. I don't like it. Getting near that SMA indicator as well. Has a lot of volume. Was there a huge seller? Or huge seller. There must have been a huge buyer at some point. Looking at level 2. I don't really see nothing right now, at least. But there must have been a huge buyer at some point within like the last, obviously today, which is expected because, like I said, we had some good news out of China when it comes to trade war, at least for now. All it takes is for Trump to fire one stupid tweet, and we're right back to where we were. However, yeah, I think it's too late, in all honesty. I just would not hop in this. This is a classic pump and dump, I think. If you know who is pumping it, I would... hold on just a second. I thought I had like a crazy email. Anyways, sorry about that. I think this is a classic pump and dump, but that's just me personally. For my trading style, I would not invest in this. The only good thing, the only potential I'd see is that there might be this potential staircase pattern. So if I were to hop in, I would at least wait for a solid pullback. And wait for some confirmation that's going to continue a staircase pattern. But for the, yeah, I just don't like it. That's just me personally, because, I mean, look at this potential drop. Like, okay, we have a red candle. So, I mean, there might be a potential for like a quick 5-minute trade, something here. You might catch it for a quick like 5-10%. But like I said, it's just not my trading style personally. I mean, just look at the potential drop. You could drop 80, no, not 80. You could drop 20-30% just as quick as you could gain 5 or 10. I'm not going to risk 20-30% for 5 to 10 when I can go get 5 to 10 in ETFs or even other penny stocks at that rate. Yes, I'm new. Just came across your YouTube channel. Exactly. It just hit my scanners. Awesome. Oh, okay. So you're new. Okay, awesome. Welcome. I don't know if you just missed my whole spiel on who I am and whatnot. The channel is actually growing. I mean, I know my channel's still small overall, but the channel's growing fairly rapidly. I gained like 7 subscribers the last like 24 hours, 48 hours. Put it in perspective, this weekend I was only at like 255, so it's awesome to see that people are catching on, and not catching on, but liking what I'm preaching. I mean, like I said, I've had this channel for a while, started out on Amazon and eBay, finally hopped into the stock market, finally found my true passion, and I just want to help people. I mean, I'm still new. I'll admit I'm still new myself. I mean, I'm like no expert whatsoever. I just want to like literally document everything I do, every trade I make, what's worked for me, what hasn't worked for me, where I've lost money, and just ultimately develop a community where we can literally help each other at the end of the day. But yeah, you said you agree it's pump and dump. Just, yeah, okay. So yeah, you have a scanner too. Do you use TD Ameritrade, Thinkorswim as well? I love the scanner that you can use on there. That's why I ask. Init PTN. Oh shoot, dude. PTN dropped to 135. Actually, that's good. So it had a okay. Let's look at the 5-day. Hold on, I might be freaking out. Awesome. That's awesome, dude. Were you the one that actually? You were the one that brought up PTN to me, weren't you? Or weren't you? Someone brought up PTN. Was it Josh, JWYMC? Someone brought up PTN to me a little bit ago. Damn it, I can't see it right now. But yeah, so like I said, I wanted to wait to see if it would continue to fall, because when you look at the 1-day, it had broke the 1-day SMA, and I was like, okay, showing signs of a staircase downward pattern. So be careful. This could be a false push up, and it might continue down. Me personally, if you got in at 135, oh, you weren't the one that called it out. But yeah, like I said, I think you were in here still when we were breaking it down. So yeah, like I said, I'm just trying to build a community where we can all like just help each other make money at the end of the day. That's obviously the goal. But so we saw it break the 1-day on the SMA indicator, and then I saw the 5-day. We identified that I said I wanted it to bounce off of the 5-day and see some confirmation that's going to trend up. And it looks like, Tanner, that you it looks like the U cashed in there. It looks like it's still trying to trend up. Just be careful. The moment I see a red candle, I'm hopping out if I'm you, because at 135, man, you got in. Wow, you didn't even wait for confirmation. You a little gambler there, ain't you? But 135. I mean, we're at 143 right now. You're at 5-6% profit. Me personally, I'm covering profits at that point. If I can make 5-6% every single day, I mean, just look at what that can do to your account, especially with the small account. $1,000, that's $60 made. I mean, $100, that's $6. I almost said 60. $6 made. I closed out at FB. Market's starting to take a shit. Are they? Okay, so you did cover your profits. When'd you get out? Did you see? What did I say? I told everyone. I said 161 is going to be a strong resistance. What happened? We're starting, like you said, starting to take a shit. Last 15 minutes, 3 red candles. Let's look at the 1-day. 1-day. Look at that. We got to 161.39. Good. I mean, when'd you get out? I want to see how much money you made. How much money did you end up making on that, Tyler? What stock price range? Me personally, I mean, like if you look at my watch list, I'm all over the place in all honesty. This is like my active. I tell you guys straight up, I would not copy my active. I haven't updated it in now like a week and a half. I try to update it every single week. That is awesome, dude. You're up $3,100. Boom, bang, bang. Bang, bang. Wow, that's some Chief Keef shit right there. But take me back to my middle school days. But wow, that was probably the dumbest thing I ever said on this damn channel. But I haven't updated my active watch list in a while. I need to do that. But you can see, I mean, I'm all over the place. I'll do penny stocks from time to time. I do lower cap. I wouldn't say lower cap, but they're technically lower cap. They're under $10. I see that as lower cap. And then I trade bigger ones as well. JDST probably the biggest one. I haven't done TECL. I just have it because this is my inverse ETF list. Obviously, TVIX is not technically a ETF. It's an ETN, but I have it in there just because I'm actively trading it. So whatever watch list I'm looking at, I always want to be able to look at TVIX. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, I try to stay away from penny stocks in all honesty, at least for the time being. There's a lot of potential there. You can see Tyler made about 6%. I don't know if he got out yet, but he made about 5-6% if he did. I kind of want to take a look at what PTN's still doing. So yeah, hopefully he's just, man, it's continuing to go up though. You might as well write it up because now it's showing signs on the 1 day of a potential staircase pattern back up. Just be careful. The SMA is going to act as a resistance probably right around that 148 to 150 mark. He said he got in at 135. So, man, I mean, that's 8%. I'd be cashing in on that. But that's just me personally. But yeah, I mean, I will do penny stocks from time to time. So on it still. Just be careful, dude. Watch out around that SMA. It's showing signs of actively turning up. That staircase pattern is beautiful that it's setting up. But the SMA is going to act as a slight resistance right around 148 to 150. So just be careful on that. But I think we might see it go ahead and break back above. But the moment that I see a couple red candles, I'm going to start to like kind of have flashing. If it gets back down to like 142, I'm probably hopping out. But like I said, that's just my kind of trading style. I like just locking profits. I mean, I'd rather lock in some profits than lose them all, or worse. But sounds like you're actively watching it, so I'm not too worried about that. Shit. Okay, so paste. I don't think this is the right one, but we'll see. I don't think it actually copied, but we'll see. Did you just send me the SPY, or I think this was from yesterday. Let me go back here. Copy, paste. I should have looked at the date. I might be wasting time doing this. It might be the same picture. Okay, yeah, there we go. I thought so. This is a different picture. Robinhood. Oh, this is Robinhood telling me more bullshit about options and whatnot. But dude, that's awesome. You're up $3,100 today. That's awesome. Margin. You use Charles Schwab, right? Isn't that what you said you used? Someone in here was using Charles Schwab yesterday. But that's awesome, guys. Look at that. That's awesome. But yeah, that is definitely. I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna keep that because that's awesome. You're killing it, dude. But let's see where we at right now. I forgot what we were even talking about. Yeah, but like, see, okay, so we're starting to. I wouldn't be worried yet. Like I said, if it gets down to like 142, I'd probably go ahead and cash out. But oh, didn't mean to do that. Let's go ahead and zoom back in. But yeah, like I said, I'd wait a little. I wouldn't be too worried. It could break down to 143, but I'm kind of bad about that. I'm bad about just covering profits. I mean, I lose out sometimes, especially when it comes to penny stocks. When I was doing penny stocks a lot, I would lose out on like 5% profit just because I would cover profits at 3 to 4. But yeah, resisting at 200 EMA. Think so. I don't think I have. I don't know where my EMA is. That's MACD, simple moving, EMA. I don't know what mine's at. 10. I still got a lot to learn when it comes to like my studies overall, in all honesty too. That's why I always say I don't want to go strictly based off of my indicators, but I mean, they're definitely good for teaching. Yeah. RSIs, not really. MACD. Yeah, I would start to be careful right in here. Right in here is about danger zone, 142 to 143. So I still think it could bounce. It's going to be hard though. Like I said, 148, but I'm starting to think maybe 146, 147 through 150 is going to be a pretty strong resistance. Obviously, 4 pennies can make a huge difference. If between 146 to 150, that's another 2.5 to 3%. But like I said, is 2.5 to 3% worth risking? You're like, what is it, 8% or something? You got in at 135. Is that worth your potential like 8% that you already got? To me, it's not. That's why I just always go about covering profits. However, you might be seeing a potential bull pattern setting up right here. just look and see what happens here. We're back up to 144. So, yeah, it's interesting. We might be seeing a potential bull pattern. A little one, at least. Nothing like crazy, but a little pattern setting up to continue on up. So that's interesting for sure. That's from yesterday. Okay. But, oh, I don't think I fully answered your question, Adrian. But, yeah, I mean, just overall, like I said, I don't really go, the price doesn't necessarily matter to me in all honesty. I kind of hit on this yesterday afternoon when it came to like penny stocks versus like higher end, even blue chip stocks. I mean, blue chip stocks, not so much, but like take a $1,000 company versus $1 like per share company. Say the $1 per share company, man, I forgot what my example was. I forget like how I worded it exactly. So, like, say the $1,000 company can give you a potential return of 6-7%. More than likely won't. $1,000, that's like blue chip. They don't really tend to offer that much in one day. But say, just for example, or let's even say $100 versus $1. So, say the $100 offers you a 7% return today, for example. And then the $1 one offers you maybe 3 to 5%. But the risk on the $100 one is about minus 3%, where the risk on the dollar one is minus 15%. Why, when you calculate the potential risk versus potential reward, why would you not go, or I messed that up. The dollar one offers 7%, and then the $1,000 one offers a 3%, whatever. And the risk is a lot lower on the $100 one versus the $1 one. Why would you take a like 13 to 20%, 15, 20% risk, or even just 10 to 15% risk for a 7% reward when you can almost guarantee that 3 or 4 or even 5% on just like a 2 to 3% risk? Now, obviously, you can limit risk with like stop losses and whatnot, but it's just about like putting your mind at ease, because let's be real, this stuff is stressful. I mean, you can lose your money super quick if you're not careful, and that's just what I want to keep people from doing. Like, it's more about like, yes, you can break down, you can do a bunch of technical analysis and whatnot, but what it all comes down to is potential risk versus reward. When it's, for me personally at least, like my trading style, when I see a potential risk of like 10% or more, when the reward's only about like 3 to even 10, I mean, I'm just like, I want the potential reward to be much higher than the potential risk, if that makes any sense. So when it comes to like a dollar amount, I don't really care necessarily about the dollar amount. It's just what offers out of that dollar amount, what tends to offer the higher reward versus higher or lower risk, which tends to be your higher price stocks. And a lot of people get confused. I don't know why. I mean, it's almost simple math, but a lot of people think that if you get penny stocks, you're just almost guaranteed to make more money than investing in like ETFs or other higher price stocks. Like, not really. I mean, for one, like we just said, your risk is a lot higher in penny stocks. I mean, I think just about everyone will say that. And like, if you make, like, newsflash, if you make 5% on, say, some TVIX is even pretty high volatile, obviously, but that's not a good example. Say you make Gush is up a lot today. Let's look at Gush. So, like, Gush is up 10% today. So if you make 10% on Gush, guess what? If you made 10% on Acre, you're still making 10%. The only thing is with Acre, you have to buy a lot more shares. I mean, overall, I mean, the math still works out the same. It doesn't matter. 10% is the same with a higher end stock, ETF, ETN, whatever you're trading, and 10% is still going to be the same for a penny stock. I mean, 10% is 10% no matter how, like, it all depends on how much money you put in at the end of the day. So, hopefully that cleared that up, and hopefully that makes sense a little. It might not be the answer you were exactly looking for, but to short answer your question, I tend to look more above penny stocks personally. I try to keep it around like $10 or above. For smaller accounts like me, even I say 10 to 20 bucks, sometimes 30. That's why I look at UGAS and DGAS a lot. Not necessarily UGAS too much because it's one of the higher ones, above 50 bucks. But I look at UGAS and DGAS a lot because you can catch DGAS. Like right now, it's up, holy hell, $1.23. So that's up, what, 5-6%, 4.5% today, 4.25%. Yeah, I mean, 10 to 30, 10 to 20 or $30. That's what I kind of look at on average. But I mean, everybody has their own thing. I mean, there's no like set dollar amount. Like I said, it's all about the percentages at the end of the day and the risk versus reward. Good question, though. And nice to have you here. Hopefully you're still here. Nice to have you here. Looks like we still got 7 watching. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I might be due to take a restroom break here before long, so just to take a quick little piss. Go ahead and check and see if we got any news events going on. See how the markets are doing. Dow Jones is still up. Is it up? My phone's not updating. Let me look at the SPY really quick. So SPY is still hovering, right? Like, what do I keep saying? 265. If it cannot, and look at that, we're seeing a peak formation. This could potentially be bad news for the SPY, like markets overall. Apparently we pushed up slightly to like 2, but see, I mean, it just could not hold it. Like I said, we could hit 265 to 266, but if it can't hold above 265, it's got no chance. Like, I just want everybody to make money. Like I said, I mean, I want everybody to stay green. You can stay green in a bear market. People don't want to admit that we're in a bear market. And I'm not saying, I have said a few times I believe we're entering a bear market, but I mean, we're not necessarily in a bear market right now. Like, yes, we're down a lot on the year overall, like what, 10% maybe? Maybe not quite. 10 to 15 if I remember right. Let's look at the SPY for 180 day. So, no, I don't really buy this as a high. I'll call this the high, right around, we'll just say 287 if I can get up there. Maybe 286.9. So I mean, overall, right now we're down what, about 7-8%. So I mean, we're not necessarily in a bear market right now, but all signs are I mean, just look at the overall descending pattern of the markets. I mean, all signs point towards a yes, we could be entering a bear market. I mean, a lot of people are saying that, like, I mean, and like not just stupid people either. Like a lot of I don't know if you want to call them insiders, but like a lot of like intelligent people are saying that like everything's gonna end, or not everything, but like the major indices, Dow Jones and Nasdaq, everything like that is gonna end red this year. So it's just how red is the question that nobody can really agree on. Some people are saying about where we are now, 5 to 10%. Some people are saying as much as 20%. You got a few that really far out there. People are saying like we're gonna have a crash like Russia, where it's like 40 to 50%. I don't really see that happening because Russia obviously had sanctions thrown on them. That was yesterday actually, wasn't it? But yeah, I don't really see that happening. But I mean, never say never. I mean, the market is up tremendously just the last couple years. I mean, it can come down just as quick as it goes up. But overall, the market tends. I mean, we went over this yesterday. We did 20-year. I mean, what does the market always do? This is just from 2 years ago. I mean, you see we have hiccups, but then what does it continue to do? It just continues all throughout history. We have dips, we have sell-offs, and we continue to do what? We continue to just rise and rise and rise. And what you're looking at is not necessarily my chart. You're looking at the number here, your numbers right here. So like, look, way back 20 years ago, 150. Where are we at now? 286 is a high, and still at 265. So I mean, yes, it's looking bad right now, but you can still make money in this market. And I mean, you, at the end of the day, if you're looking at retirement, I mean, most of you here are like more like traders, obviously, but if you're looking at retirement or anything like that, you only lose that money if you sell it at that price. Like, if anything, when you're looking at retirement, you should be throwing more money in right now than ever. But some people just don't grasp that. It's unfortunate, but yeah, I heard a lot of people are trying to start cashing out on their retirement. I'm like, dude, this is the worst time to be doing that shit. Like, people in my work, even some people are trying to retire like this year, next year. I'm like, dude, I'd wait at least till 2020. One, because you got elections coming up, and markets can always swing elections one way or the other. It's just, I don't know. I could go on and on just about what I think is going to be happening. I mean, everybody has an opinion, right? We're back above 265. Let's see what can happen. I'm not too confident. We got 3 or 4 red candles in a row already. Or green. Red candles. Green candles. We got a little quiet. What are y'all doing? Just sitting on some cash, sitting where you're at right now? Tanner, are you still holding that, what are we talking about? PTN, wasn't it? Let me get pulled up here. Where the hell did it go? PTN, there we go. Still holding? Still showing signs of that staircase pattern potential. I wouldn't really call that a bull pattern. I might take that back from what I was saying earlier. But still showing that staircase pattern of climbing back up to the SMA. But again, we're right around that 146 to 147 where there's a slight resistance. Just be careful. Like I said, you never do wrong by covering profits. And you got in, like I said, at 135. Right now, you're looking at 7 to 8%. That's not bad, my man. I mean, 8% on $1,000, that's $80 made. I mean, you're making just about as most people bring home after, I wouldn't say most, but quite a few people bring home after taxes on a day at work, and you might have been working 2 hours today. So, I just love covering profits. I mean, I would rather cover profits than, I hope I don't annoy people when it comes to covering profits. I mean, I just see it far too many times. People think, man, I can squeeze, in a penny stock case, I can squeeze this up to 150 and get another 2%. And then they look away for about 2 minutes, then bam, you're right back down. And it's like, oh my God, I lost I don't think that's going to happen here, but you know what I'm saying? Penny stocks, you never know. I mean, the volume could dry up and just tank. I mean, you never know. But looks good. Looks like it's still actively trending up. But yeah, I will always tell people, cover. I would rather you guys cuss at me and be like, dumbass, I could have got another 2-3%. So then that way I could say, but hey, you ended green, didn't you? Rather than you be like, shit, you told me to cover. I went from up 8% to down 2%. Like, I just hate hearing shit like that. It's like, just cover the profits and run. This isn't, I mean, it can be gambling if you want, but this isn't a casino. I mean, this will burn you more than a casino if you let it. So yeah, I mean, it's still struggling right around that. I'm gonna keep my eye on. I'm gonna stay on this for a while for you because 147 is looking to be a pretty tough resistance. If it can break 147, I think we will see it hit that 150 resistance. But it's having a little bit of trouble getting through that 147. I need to add SPY to my watch list. That way I can just glance over at it instead of having to go back and forth with it. But yeah, if you're just tuning in, like I said, if you have any tickers you want me to like break down or anything like that, any questions, comments, or anything, just shoot them out there. I'd love to interact with those of you that are new to the channel, and as well as those of you that have already been tuning in. I wonder if Josh is still watching. I haven't heard from him in a little. We haven't heard from Adam, old Nish, whatever the hell is K-N-I-S-H. He tried to explain it to me yesterday, something about Jewish or something. I don't know if he's Jewish or he was saying the name's Jewish or something, but yeah, I haven't seen him yet today. But look at Seed. Wow, Seed just had this push up. I was just talking shit on that. It's up 4 cents today. Might be old pump and dump right there. 4 cents ain't too much, but I mean, you're looking at, now it's up 5 cents. Goodness gracious. So yeah, man, I mean, 147, I don't know. It might break it, but so you're still here, Josh. Awesome. How are you doing today? But yeah, as for Tanner, I would just go ahead and cover, dude. It's trying, but I don't know. You can see we hit it earlier. Boom. I think we hit it. No, we didn't hit it again, but we just hit it. We keep hitting it, and then just keep. I hope I'm wrong, but I would have sold. I would have covered them profits all day, every day. But yeah, Josh, how's it going, man? What are you trading today? Man, I thought it said the Dow Jones was only up 200 points. I was like, holy shit, did the market just take a shit? TVIX and /VX, VIX essentially, VIX futures essentially, still doing pretty strong. I just don't. It's fine with me. I need them to keep going up, but this is awesome. It's a good day. It looks like everybody can make some money today. I love when everybody can make money. I was hoping TVIX was going up. I mean, I think, okay, yeah, I was just talking about that too. I think if we see the market, because it's looking a little similar to yesterday. Wasn't the market up about the same yesterday? Weren't we up like, was it 385 or 4 something yesterday as well? And then the market took a shit in the afternoon. I mean, it's just setting up a lot like yesterday. I mean, I think 11 plus is now out of the opportunity. Like, there is still opportunity for TVIX to definitely hit 11 plus for sure. I want it to hit 12 in all honesty, because I'll have some good profit at that point. But if we can get to 11 plus, I'm just going to cut losses. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. Learn my lesson, like I said, learn my lesson from not doing thorough due diligence and not just holding and sitting on cash. Like I always say, the best trade is no trade at all. That's what I should have done. Learned a little expensive, not too expensive, but for my account size, a nice little expensive lesson. Same thing with Drip. If Drip, I'm really hoping Drip can get back above 12. I should have sold that damn thing at 12.50 and cut losses there too. But yeah, it looks like eventually, unless if I just want to keep holding. You guys know I'm more of a day trader than a holder. So if these two can just go up some for me, then I'm just going to cut the losses and move on. And then what would that be? Thursday, I'll be able to be actively trading. So that'll be fun. Get back to it. But yeah. And we're coming up on the second full hour of market open. So it looks like for the time being, we're kind of settling a little. So this would be a perfect time for me to go use the bathroom really quick. Just going to take a quick piss. I'll be back here within the next minute, guys. Alright. Hopefully we didn't lose anybody, and I'm sure we lost one person or two. Some people don't like when people get up, especially on a live stream. But some people aren't realistic either. You can't expect somebody to sit down for 8 or 9 hours in a row and not have to take a piss, right? Especially when you're talking and having to take a drink every 5 to 10 minutes. But hopefully we're still doing good on the stream. Like I said, if you all ever, yeah, we lost a couple people. But hopefully the stream is still doing well. Like I said, if we ever have any like technical issues that you guys can see, if we have any major issues come up, just let me know and I'll get them resolved as soon as possible. PTN, yeah, man, it is really consolidating right around 147. Were you thinking about that there, Tanner? If you're still watching it, TVIX, are the markets consolidating? TVIX appears to be turning up a bit. Yeah, it looks like the markets are overall kind of consolidating right now. So, and this seems to be consolidating as well. So I'm wondering. So yeah, I mean, market's still consolidating. This is SPY still consolidating right around 265. TVIX right around 10. /VX right around 20 to 2010. Oil even right around $65, $65.25. Seem to have been trending around there all day. Drip, same thing. Around everything seems to be kind of consolidating right now. So I think something's getting ready to happen before long. I'm here, everything's dying down. Yeah, that's kind of what I was just thinking too. Like a lot of stuff seems to be kind of consolidating right now. Nothing really going on. I think you're getting out. Might as well, man. Cover them profits. I would set a sell limit probably at 147 on that. Let it hit it. Get your 7 to 8%. Get on out of there. But yeah, I mean, markets overall not really moving too much right now. So something's gonna break here before long. Wondering though if it's gonna wait till after lunch because we're coming up 30 minutes till lunch hour, at least in New York. So I'm wondering what's gonna happen. Seed seems to be coming back down. It rushed up to like 71 cents, at least from what I've seen. It's already back down to 69, almost 70. So yeah, that must have been a quick pump and dump. But we shall see what's gonna happen. Right around where the resistance has been all day, right around 65.50 on the SPY. This might be a bull pattern setting up. Like I said though, just depends. It's just another one of those days. Dow Jones is up 511. Good Lord. Let me look at the news on it. Dow surges nearly 500 points, defying a bearish signal. Let me look at that actually. This is from Yahoo Finance, so might not be too bad of news. Maybe. I thought it was Yahoo Finance. We'll see when it loads here. Or no, this is just Market Watch. I take everything they say with a grain of salt personally. Here's one theory. Everybody has theories. Come on now. A sell signal was set in motion when the Dow Jones Industrial put in a low beneath the recent nadir. Blah, 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 blah. That occurred Monday when the Dow finished. I don't care about that. Yeah, I don't know if you guys would be interested in this article. I mean, it just seems to be going over a bunch of shit that everybody knows. We'll see. Either we're forming a bottom or we're gonna get ready to continue down. Like what I mean by forming a bottom is, let me go ahead and show you guys what I mean. Let's go like, hopefully SPX will work for me this time when I go back to like the 3-year. Please work. God damn. I don't know why every time I try to go look at the 3-year on the S&P it does this. Maybe if I just do SPY, it'll work a little better. Maybe. Maybe if we just do 1 year. Hopefully I didn't just freeze it up again and I'm going to have to like log in. Good Lord. Thinkorswim's been really having some fucking issues lately. A lot of people are saying that their like quotes have been like a couple minutes behind. I mean, TD Ameritrade needs to get their shit together on Thinkorswim. Finally. So can we see the 1 year, please? I'm trying to break down something for people. Man, I got all my trend lines on this stuff. But so what I mean by we might be forming a bottom, well, one, the SMA, it keeps bouncing off of the 1 year SMA, which is a good thing. That's why I put a trend line here. I put this here as my, I've been calling this out, I call this my warning line. I say if we get below 255, 254, better watch out. I mean, we're going to see a massive sell-off happen. And this is just SPY, of course, but S&P, SPY tends to follow the market. So, so what I'm thinking is either we're forming a bottom right now, obviously around 260 to 265. Either we're forming a bottom and getting ready to go ahead and just correct and keep going back up, or obviously correct would be continue sell off, but correct is in like reverse and continue on up. It might just be a hiccup that we had and then we'll continue up, or we're just waiting essentially for something to happen, break below the 250. Like, we're nowhere near out of the woods. That's what I want people to not. That's what people fail to understand. I mean, we're up 4. We can go down 4 or 5 just as quick. I mean, we see it happen a lot. I mean, the markets are still highly, highly volatile. That's why you're still seeing VIX futures, all the VIX ETNs and whatnot do well. We're by no means out of the woods yet. So when anyone tries to tell you, yes, the bull market is back on, blah, 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 tell them to shut the fuck up and they don't know what the hell we're talking about. For the bull market to be confirmed, we need to break above 270 on the SPY. I don't know what that means for the Dow specifically. I don't think no one here really cares too much about the Dow. I think the Dow has to stay consistently above like 25,000 at least. Every time it seems to get around 25,000, it seems to come right back down. So I think for sure with the Dow needs to get above 25. NASDAQ, I don't really know. I don't really follow like NASDAQ too close overall, but just overall, I mean, we still got a long ways to go before they can say that yes, the bull market's back on. As you can see, it got up to like 265.50. Apparently, it got rejected. Is on its way right back down. So let's take a look. Yeah, got rejected again. However, it seemed to be trying to reverse. But SMA is not really, I mean, the SMA is starting to go up a little, but I mean, it's not coming up a whole hell of a lot. So, I mean, anything can still happen. Anyone thinks they can predict this market just 100% spot on is either naive, idiotic, or trying to pump and dump something. So, just be very skeptical when people try to say, oh, I guarantee. When you hear the word guarantee, run. That's all I can say. I mean, I don't even think, if I ever use the word I guarantee or I's, like anything that deals with guarantee, if I said it, I don't believe I ever have, but if I said it, then, I mean, I was just in such the moment, I mean, I can't even remember if I did, so, I will never, yeah, no. Trying to predict this market is like trying to throw a fucking dart in the dark. I mean, there's just no way. Look at Acre, up 7 cents from its low today. /CL still hanging out around 65.25. Man, I'm just fucking tired. JNUG, I called out JNUG on Sunday Stock Watch. For those of you that seen that, I said JNUG would be a good buy if I remember right around 13.80. If you bought in around that time, good for you. I don't know how much you'd be up today. Let's take a look at it. JNUG, I haven't even talked about JNUG. I don't think I did yesterday. But say, like I called it out Sunday. If we go back and look, right, this would be, yeah. So wait for the pullback. Wait for it to break above the SMA. Get in, like I said, right around 13.80 is where I probably would have got in, and that's being pretty conservative. If you sold it off yesterday at the high, you'd have made roughly, what was it, about 3%? Close to 3%. It's like nothing huge. But I would actually hold this. This is a potential good swing trade. Somebody was looking for a swing trade earlier. I don't remember. Shoot. Somebody was, I think it was Dustin, but I think he left. Either way, for those of you that are looking for like good swing trade opportunities, JNUG is right now. Why? Because the dollar is losing value. JNUG goes pretty much hand in hand with /GC, which is gold futures. So pretty much as gold futures goes up, what is JNUG essentially going to do? Go up. And then on the flip side, its inverse ETF, JDST, is going to do what? Continue to trend down. I need to just get rid of this alert because it doesn't even matter. But so I'm looking for JNUG to continue to trend up over time, just simply because gold futures is going to continue to rise. It tends to anyways, spring and summer, it seems, generally when you look at like a year-by-year pattern. So just overall, you can't really go wrong when it comes to buying into like gold futures. I don't buy into futures, but like JNUG, the ETF, good buy. I mean, it's up 1.5% today. It could easily make a new high. I wouldn't be surprised if we make a new high around 4:30 today on it, in all honesty. It's consolidating a little bit this morning. It continues to bounce off the SMA. I think it's primed and ready to potentially swing up. So, I mean, who knows where it could end of the day. Could end of the day. But for sure, I mean, it's definitely a good potential swing trade for sure. I mean, just look at the 5-day even. Say you got in, broke above the SMA around 13.34, ride it up. That's 6% in 2 or 3 days. So, not that bad. 2 to 3% a day of growth. Like I said, just consistency. Consistency, consistency, consistency. I cannot preach that enough, guys. And, Josh, what you were talking about with TVIX showing signs of trending up, I see what you mean there. Yes, I even mentioned this too. I don't think I have like today or recently or anything. But someone on StockTwist, shocker, an idiot, was saying, oh, looking for this to make new lows. And I was like, new lows? I was like, for one, if you're talking about new lows, I always like to look at the 180-day. So I was like, you're thinking we're going to go below $5? I was like, really? I don't think we're going to make new lows for like this year or anything. And he was like, no, I think we're going to hit under 9. And I was like, okay. I was like, I can kind of see where you're getting at, but I was like, look at the last week. I was like, pretty much the last week, or even the last 10 days for that matter. The last 10 days, we've been doing what? We hit our low is consistently back near. Every time we go back, the low is at the beginning. I mean, we're actively trending up. However, when it comes to technical analysis, you can't really, I'm not going to say you can't do technical analysis when it comes to VIX, but kind of take it with a grain of salt, because your technical analysis can be thrown right out the door, because it just moves based off of volatility, and generally speaking, opposite of what the market does. That's why, like right now, we're still technically down around 3 or 4%, but like I did my technical analysis, you can see here that I had done it, and I bought in at a horrible time. I bought in right around 1160-ish, and I just had to ride that motherfucker down. I'm hoping to God it'll just break above that SMA right around 1030. I believe if we do. I thought we did whenever we came up here past 11. I was like, finally. And all signs are pointing towards the market to continue to shit. So, I mean, I think we really need to honestly break above 11 and stay there for like a solid day. All signs are pointing up, like, are good. The outlook overall is looking decent. I mean, we consistently keep having negative news over and over and over. We have an occasional little, like last night, President Chai essentially kissed Donald Trump's ass a little bit, saying, okay, we'll lighten our restriction or tariff, whatever, on automobile industry. But that's all talk. I mean, talk and action are two totally different things, especially when it comes to China and President Xi. You got to take everything that man says with a grain of salt. So, yeah, I mean, overall, TVIX, I'm hopeful, but still skeptical at the same time, to say the least. Just going to play it out, like I said. Just kind of see what happens. I'm anxious to see what's going to happen today. Thought I saw something about Facebook. Here we go. All it says is Zuckerberg faces off with senators, lawmakers on Capitol Hill. Get to ask them questions. What the hell? It didn't even say the date. That's what we keep trying to figure out. Because Tyler told me it was going to be tomorrow, but I kept hearing for some reason it was going to be today. I'm going to look it up really quick. Man, I don't care when the man was born. Okay, let's see. Mark Zuckerberg testifies before Congress. Day 1 live stream. I don't... Man, some of the stuff you see on the internet, like you search one thing, you see like 10 different answers before you see what we're looking for. Okay. So yeah, CNBC is saying it is today. This was 3 hours ago. It says the headline is Mark Zuckerberg to testify in front of U.S. Congress today, and that was posted 3 hours ago. So, and his testimony is on CNN apparently. Yeah, and even CNN also says Zuckerberg is set to testify in Washington on Tuesday and Wednesday. So, okay, you're right. He is tomorrow also, but it's saying Tuesday and Wednesday. He'll appear at a joint hearing conducted by the Senate Judiciary Committees on Tuesday starting at 2:15 p.m. Eastern Time. So that's 1:15 p.m. for me. So, yeah, I mean, we could be in for a wild afternoon once again. So, and then obviously with the whole Trump, what was it, his fucking, what do you call it, attorney or something like that? His, like, personal attorney or whatever. Apparently his house got raided by the FBI or some shit. Yeah, interesting times for sure. See how we're doing still. Still got 4 of you watching. But yeah, pretty much like I was saying earlier, apparently we still get some good viewership, which is pretty good. I mean, I'm just happy to reach as many people as possible, like I said. But pretty much like I said, what I'm expecting to do, like with the stream this afternoon, is within like the next 30 minutes probably, with lunch hour coming up. It looks like we're already starting to settle. Maybe for lunch, that might be what it is potentially. I'm thinking what I'm going to do within the next like 30 minutes or so is probably end this specific stream, but then I will, within like 30 minutes, I'll probably go get a quick snack, maybe walk outside a little, because I kind of felt just out of it from like not being outside at all yesterday. So I might walk around outside for a little and get some fresh air. But what I'll do is I'll probably, not probably, but I'll do is like I'll come back, I'll label the stream the same way. I'll say the date and part 2. That way everyone will know that it's just a resumption or resume, whatever you want to say. It's just a continuation of this stream. It just gives me and you guys probably as well just a good little break. Everybody needs a break. I mean, it's hard to just sit here literally all day for 8 hours. I mean, it's not good for you either. So I thought that lawyer would I thought the war would affect the stocks more. It did, but then you had President Xi come in and kiss Donald Trump and the U.S.'s ass, which, yes, is good for, like, the U.S. overall. But like I said, it might be BS because, like I said, words are one thing, action is another. And apparently China went to the World Trade Commission to file a complaint against the U.S. about the steel tariffs. So I'm surprised that hasn't had a little bit negative effect on the market this morning. Who knows, it might have not really struck the news world yet. I didn't really hear too much about it on CNBC or Fox Business this morning. Obviously, I hop back and forth between the two before I hop on. But, yeah, I didn't really hear too much about it. If it wasn't for me, like, looking at it on the Wall Street Journal. It was Wall Street Journal, actually, that I found that on. I found it on the Wall Street Journal app. If it wasn't for that, then I wouldn't have even known about it because no one reported it. So, at least that I heard, no one did. So that might have an effect in the afternoon as well. But I think our biggest mover today is going to be Mark Zuckerberg's whole spiel today and apparently tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, it's just a crazy market still. I think we're still setting up for more volatility. That's about the only thing that's certain right now is volatility. People can like it or love it. Volatility is here probably to stay at least for the next week. I said yesterday I thought that this week was going to determine if we're going to enter a bear market or continue the bull market. I don't even know if that's really true at this point. Like I said, it's just my prediction. None of us know the future or anything, but it's going to be interesting. But yeah, like I said, I'm probably going to end the stream within the next half hour, and then I'll hop back on within like 30 minutes. Hopefully, I'll see a few of you guys in there, and we'll hit a few more people. We had some good conversations a little bit ago. You can always look back through and look through the stream and whatnot and see what we were talking about. Just awesome. I love having the more people we can have in here, the more we can bounce ideas off of one another and just make some money. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. I mean, it's awesome. And you guys seem to like it because I keep getting some thumbs up on the stream as well, which is awesome. I try not to beg for oh, if you like this stream, because I hate when I don't know about you guys, but when I watch other YouTubers, I hate when all throughout a stream or all throughout a video, they're like, oh, if you like this, please make sure to help me out and give me a thumbs up. Yeah, it's awesome if you guys give it a thumbs up. It's even more awesome if you subscribe. It's awesome, but at the end of the day, I mean, if you don't find value in someone's YouTube channel or the video that you're watching, why would you give it a thumbs up or why would you subscribe? I mean, what's the point in begging for it? Just let it happen. I mean, that's kind of my take on it. I mean, yeah, in my videos overall, I do say at the end of the video, if you like the video, smash the thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, but I mean, what YouTuber doesn't do that? I just hate when I'm watching a video or stream and everybody's just spamming the hell out of their video with, oh, be sure to subscribe, oh, like, share with your friends, and dude, if anything, that makes me want to unsubscribe if I'm subscribed to you. That's just me, though. I'm people say I'm an asshole when it comes to stuff like that. Whatever. TVIX, come on. It's gained 1% in the last, 2 minutes. That sell-off was nasty. Bouncing off the SMA on the 1 day, that's pretty good. 5 day, trending below it. That's not good. Obviously, like I said, technical analysis is almost thrown out the window when it comes to VIX, but it is good. I mean, you can still do technical analysis. I mean, you see it's bouncing off the 1 day right now, which is pretty good. I mean, we have a lot of room to just keep pushing forward. I think our next resistance is going to be, again, right around 10:30. So that'll be interesting to see. You had 90 plus views on yesterday's stream. Yeah, that was awesome, dude. I seen that. I actually posted on my Snapchat. Like, I was pretty stoked about it. I mean, yeah, I was on all day. So, I actually had one of my, I call him my pessimistic friend. Not even really a friend, more like an acquaintance. He was like, you were on 8 hours and only had 90 views, dude. Ugh. And I was like, shut the fuck up. I was like, yeah. I mean, everyone has different mindsets. God damn, TVix is pushing. But, yeah, I mean, that was awesome. I mean, like I said, if I can, and I mean, we gained like 6-7 subscribers yesterday, overnight too. We gained 1 overnight as well, 2 after hours. So, I mean, it's just awesome. I mean, like I said, the end goal, I mean, I don't have like, a lot of people ask me, like people, my family stuff, like, I mean, how many subscribers do you want, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I mean, the number doesn't really matter to me. It's just, as long as I'm helping people. I mean, I'd rather help 10 people than no people. I'd rather help 100 people than no people. I'd rather help 1,000,000 people than no people. I mean, if I can help, the more people I can help, the better. I mean, I feel overall. I mean, I think we all have a purpose in life, and I just like helping people. I mean, yeah, I tell people straight up, I can be the biggest asshole or your best friend, whatever. And I mean, that's true. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, I'm just, as long as people try to help themselves, I'm always willing to help people. And I don't like people that are like, what would you call them, roaches, essentially. That's kind of a term people use. I don't like people that'll just like suck everything out of you and then don't want to help you at all in return. Like, I wouldn't appreciate it too much if someone was just hopping in the comments, just not really contributing to the conversation. Say we were talking about, like, obviously we're talking a lot about stocks, and I've said straight up that I'm not a big crypto guy. I have nothing against crypto. Like, if someone just came in here and started spamming the hell out of us with crypto, I wouldn't appreciate that. But I'm sure you all get what I mean. I don't want to start ranting about stuff like that. But I've tried streaming. It's tough to build a channel. Oh, yeah, I mean, for sure. And a lot of people, apparently, I don't know anything about Twitch, but apparently a lot of people are saying Twitch is like YouTube's one of their biggest competitors now when it comes to live streaming. I might be wrong, but I thought that Twitch was more just for like video gamers though, so I don't really see the correlation there behind that, other than the fact that YouTube does have a very strong gaming presence. So I don't know if that was what they're referring to the most. TVix kind of pulling back. I want to see it bounce right around 10.10 to 10.12. We'll see what happens. But yeah. I mean, it's fun though. I mean, like I said, I'm just here to make money, have fun, build a community, and like I said, just help people out. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely hard. Like I said, this stuff is, like, my girlfriend was almost kind of like teasing me, because I told her, I was like, man, that shit is hard. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I mean, like, I was flat ass tired yesterday afternoon and evening. Like, I wanted to go do some order up, make some money. And I ended up just like laying on the couch, just kind of relaxing. Watched some Shark Tank. I love watching Shark Tank. Anything entrepreneurial I'm into, but it's mostly gamers on Twitch. I mean, do they even allow anything but gamers? Because when I was like looking around on Twitch, it looked like nothing but gamers. That's what I'm kind of wondering. But, yeah, I mean, I didn't really do too much. I didn't even, like I said, I missed President Xi's speech. I mean, I just did not, I was just done after yesterday. I was like, dude, I'm tired. Like, I was still watching the futures and whatnot. But, yeah, it's all fun. That's the thing. I mean, you can, like, yeah, I was super tired afterwards. But, like, while doing it, I mean, this stuff is fun. Like, I mean, you don't necessarily feel the tiredness or anything like that when you're doing something you love. Like, a lot of people, like, tell people that are doing stuff they love, man, you need to rest more. You need to learn to chill. You need to do this. You need that. You need sleep. It's like, when you're doing what you love, it's a lot easier to just keep pushing. Just keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Like, yeah, you're going to have hiccups. It might cause a health problem in the future if you don't slow down some. We're consolidating pretty well around 10.15. I'm liking that. But everyone has their own take on stuff like that. I just feel like when you love what you're doing, it's a lot easier. Just keep pushing through no matter how tough things are. Like I said, I've had this YouTube channel for, coming up on 2 years, I think, now. And I know it was like July. I'm pretty sure it was 2 years ago. I'm 99% sure. But yeah, 2 years ago, pretty much. And I mean, the channel is not that big. I mean, I know, I haven't really, I don't really like get too much into like how to grow your YouTube channel or stuff like that. I have a couple videos to like help brand new people out about like how to spread your content out on different websites and stuff, but I would rather grow organically because I just see more value in that. Because I mean, I don't know, there's something about it when someone actually likes your content enough, they come up upon it organically, be it from YouTube search, suggested videos, whatever. I just like the feeling of somebody coming in here, liking my stuff enough, liking what we're doing here, liking the movement essentially that we have going on here enough to subscribe organically. I mean, there's no better feeling than that. Not sure if there's other content. Not sure if there's other content too. I was thinking about trying to build a stock channel on there. Yeah. Give it a try, dude. I mean, you miss. I always live by the quote: You miss 100 out of 100 shots you never take. Like, I had to quit YouTube. I had to quit a whole bunch of stuff I was doing for a while. I mentioned this yesterday, I think. I had to quit a whole bunch of stuff I was doing for about 3 to 6 months because I had some really bad health stuff, like potentially really, really bad health stuff going on. I was blacking out while in the shower. I thought I was throwing up from something really bad, but that ended up being the flu. But crazy enough, I actually started feeling better after I had the flu. But for a period of 3 to 5, maybe even 6 months, I mean, I was just having horrible just head problems. Like, I was seeing double vision a lot. I was getting dizzy a lot. I mean, it almost makes me just feel kind of dizzy and weird just even thinking about how bad that stuff was, because ended up being a really bad case of like vertigo apparently, or not case, but like a really bad issue with it. And but yeah, I mean, I had to just halt everything because I mean, I couldn't focus, I couldn't do anything, and it just like paralyzed my life essentially. I mean, that was right around the same time that I had 7 maxed out credit cards. I had a car I couldn't afford. I had a personal loan. I was just broke. I mean, I wasn't making a lot of money. Apparently, old Ricky's live. So, I mean, I'm not going to quit right now. But, like I said, I'll probably quit around lunch hour. I just like what's going on right now. So, I don't want to quit while some action's going on. But, yeah, but, I mean, I could have quit. I could have been like, you know what? I only have, at that time, it was like 100 or 120 subscribers, something like that. I could have been like, you know what, fuck it. That channel's not growing. I only got like 100 some odd subscribers. What's the point? And, I mean, I did. I ended up staying away from this channel. I went and did a fitness channel for a while as well. It only gained like 50 subscribers. I mean, I'm not no big guy or anything. So it was kind of a stupid idea anyways. But, I mean, you always miss. I mean, at least I took a shot. I mean, you take, like I said, you miss 100 out of 100 shots you don't take. So I always tell people, I mean, like something like YouTube and stuff that costs little to no money to start up. I mean, I've slowly invested back into my channel. I have this new webcam. If you look at one of my videos from like 2 months ago, I had to use just my laptop webcam and I look like a damn Android emoji or something, Android Snapchat. But I mean, I got a mic, I got a new webcam, I got a little bit of lighting here. I mean, I've slowly but it's not a lot of money. You're looking at maybe $200 for a good, decent setup. I mean, there's just so low risk. I mean, and it's not even about the money. Like I said, it's about building a community. Money always, I mean, success and all that will come to those that are patient, obviously. But the best success comes to those that are actually looking to help people. I mean, that's the way you can be most successful, I see. If you're solving a problem and helping people and helping society overall, that'll lead to ultimate success, I believe, at least. I'm in a the hell is that word? Quadruplage. And it's been tough finding something I can do that I enjoy. Stocks has been awesome. Yeah, me too. I mean, I was in a rut for the longest. Like, if I'm kind of interpreting what you said the right way. Wow, fucking TVIX starting to come down some. I hope it at least holds above 10. But yeah, I mean, for a while with everything that was going on, I mean, what was I doing? I was working with my dad for a while, building homes. I tried a sales position that one of my cousins got me. It's like a cell phone sales company that they pay you pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, there was some damn good pay there, but I just hated what I was doing. I'm not a big like sales guy or anything. Another reason why I never want to come out with courses of any kind. I'm not a sales guy. It's just not my blood. personally, but yeah, I tried that out, didn't like it. Around that same time, I was still having those head issues and whatnot. Around that same time, me and my, at the time, girlfriend broke up. This was like last February, so just over a year ago now. We finally broke up. We had been together since like 7th grade, so that was what, like 6 to 8 years, somewhere around there, 6, 7 years. So I mean, just everything was bad. Finances were bad. Just relations overall were bad. That's why I was just in a huge funk. And goddamn, T-Vix, you gotta stop today. I sure hope it's not trying to form a head and shoulders. But yeah, just bad times. Equals paralyzed. Oh, paralyzed upper chest. So quadruple equals paralyzed upper chest. So what? So what? Your chest is paralyzed. Upper chest is. So what? Like you can't move, or that sounds familiar. I've never been around someone that's had it. I'm assuming that means like you're just, I mean, you said paralyzed, so what, like you just can't move from like chest up, or is it just like your chest area, like you can still like move your head, arms, or what does that mean exactly? Hopefully I'm not sounding like a complete idiot on that. It's just I don't know a lot about medical stuff. I mean, I had some medical issues, but I've been lucky enough where like I haven't had like any huge surgeries or anything done yet. Everything below I can't move. Oh, okay. So you can't move your legs. Can't move your legs. You can't move. So just chest down. But can you still? I'm assuming then you can still like move your hands and fingers and stuff. Just like pretty much from here below, like you can't move. I think I have that correct. Hopefully I did. T-Vix trying to bounce. I hope it does. I really don't want to see head and shoulders form here because that will be nasty if it happens. Oh, goodness. I don't think it's forming head and shoulders, but there's a potential there for sure. Gush is up above $25. Lord have mercy. Wonder if that old boy ever got into Gush that we were talking about earlier. Arms, but not fingers or triceps. Oh, shoot. Man. I wonder how that feels. That's crazy. Did something happen? Were you like in a car accident or something? How do you trade exactly? But not fingers, or I mean, I guess you can use your hand, just not your fingers. I'm interested to hear that story, like what exactly happened. If you were like in a car accident or something crazy happened, like what went wrong there? But yeah, like what I was saying about like the whole Twitch and YouTube, like you starting one. I mean, yeah, especially like if you have a story, I always find that people love people that like have a story. Yeah, car accident when I was young, man, that's unfortunate, dude. But I mean, that's one of those things too, where it's like either you can let like life doesn't happen to you. This is like one of the most powerful things that someone ever said to me that resonated to me. Like life doesn't happen to you, life happens for you. So it's like you can either think in the mindset of like everything, and I know like I don't want to come off as like harsh or anything. Like this is like legit. It's like it's what helped me at least whenever I was in a rut. Like they were like either you can just like sit around and just pretty much complain about just how fair life is and all this other stuff. Like what I did was I looked at people that had it worse than me, like disabled, people that are like born handicapped, like mental illness and like just everything. Like you just gotta always know that like some people have it far worse all the time. Like there's always somebody that has it worse all the way down the line, and either we can just sit around and complain, or we can like just get back up it's almost like that Rocky Balboa movie. Rocky Balboa movie. Wasn't it Rock? That might have been the name of the movie actually. Rocky Balboa. I forget. It was one of the Rockies. He was talking to his son or whatever. It's actually like a famous like thing that people use now for motivation. Like it's not about how hard you get hit, it's how hard you can, or it's not how hard you hit, it's how hard you can get hit and get back up. Something like that. It's just about finding something that resonates with you. And like with Twitch and YouTube, I was getting ready to talk about is like you have a story, and people love people that have a story. So like if you can just stick with it. You said you tried YouTube. And that's another thing. When you try something, they always say 97% of people quit something that they're trying to accomplish, like, or grow, be it a business, YouTube channel, anything like that. 97% of like entrepreneurs or people in general quit doing something positive right before they break out, like right before they have that just push up to success of whatever they're doing. So it's like, be that 3%. Like I said, I could have quit YouTube long time ago. Whenever I quit for like 6 months, I could have been like, you know what, I'm not ever doing YouTube again. And believe me, I thought about it. I was like, dude, why are you putting all this time in? I mean, it takes a lot of time to edit videos. I mean, I'm sure you know it. It takes money if you're using a good video software like I use Adobe Premiere and whatnot. I mean, it takes a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of energy, a lot of sacrifice. But like I always say, success comes to people that at the end of the day just want to help people, and to those that are patient. So, yeah, I mean, but you said something about you love stocks, if I remember right. Isn't that what you said? I thought I remember you said something about not sure, something about building a stock channel. Yeah, I enjoy stocks, and it's been awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's like you like stocks, you like trading stocks. I mean, I like it too, obviously. Like just stick with something you like. So like you like stocks, and you said something about you wanted to start a channel, and that is tough. I mean, yeah, anything that's worthwhile is going to be tough. Anything that's easy, it's not going to be worth much in the end, because everybody be doing it, right? Like going to get a job at McDonald's is easy. Why do you think they get $7-8 an hour? But yeah, I mean, just if I were you, I mean, I wouldn't even, like, the thing with starting YouTube and Twitch is like, don't go in. If you go in and just looking to make money, you're gonna quit. I mean, that's the thing. That's why I tell anyone that's looking to start a YouTube channel, especially anymore with that $1,000 subscriber minimum before they even consider paying you anymore. Like when that happened, that actually helped my mindset change from I want to make money on YouTube to just I want to help people. Cause like, I care. Like I'd love to make a living doing this, helping people and do what I love. But like at the same time, you have to go in with the mindset of I just want to help people. I want to add value to people's lives, all that good stuff. And yeah, I mean, I think we're really in an economy right now. Gary Vaynerchuk's one guy, you might have heard of him. I watch him quite often. He talks about this a lot. I mean, he even wrote a book about it called The Thank You Economy. Like, we're pretty much in an economy right now where, like, if you're an asshole, like, just straight up dick, no one's going to do work with you. If you're, like, just all about money, don't care about nothing but money, essentially, you're going to fail. And that's kind of really how YouTube and Twitch and everything else is kind of transforming. Like, you need to have some kind of audience, be adding value to people's lives before they even consider paying you anymore. So, like I said, you have to go in when you start something like this, not necessarily thinking about the money. We're talking about YouTube, of course, for those of you that are tuning in. Just not a lot going on with the stock market right now, and we're talking about him starting a stock market channel on Twitch as well as YouTube. But yeah, man, I mean, just go in. You don't have to do it. Like I said, if you don't enjoy doing YouTube and Twitch, then by all means don't do it. But even if there's money in it in the future, like don't do something just because of money, like I said, or you're gonna fail. That's what I always tell people when it comes to YouTube and Twitch. I mean, I don't have a huge channel. I only have 266 last time I checked subscribers. I haven't got any notifications. I haven't looked. Like I said, it's not a huge deal to me. Just go in there. If you want to do it as a hobby to start. You don't have to upload every single day. Obviously, the more you upload, the more recognition you're going to get, the more views you're going to get, the more, especially YouTube, they want you to be uploading daily. That's when their algorithm starts giving you more love. Apparently, they like it when you go live too, which Obviously, if you play by the algorithm rules, you're going to have some success. But just go in there. Just try it out. Just have some fun with it. Be you. Don't be afraid to tell people your story and whatnot. People, like I said, people love people that have a story. And then just run with it, man. I don't want to get like too apparent. I hope I'm not like getting too sentimental or too motivational or anything like that. I mean, this is Millennial Motivation Entrepreneur, the YouTube channel after all. So that's a little hint of what we get on over here. Just all about helping people, like I said, but helping and motivating and just trying to help each other. It's all about helping each other at the end of the day over here. But yeah, I mean, if you like it, run with it, dude. I mean, don't let anyone tell you what you can and can't do. Like, we're in a market that's literally leveled the fucking playing field. Like, the internet, this thing here that we're on, it has changed the world. I mean, like, I hate when people walk around anymore talking about how unfair it is. Like, are you shitting me? We're living in, like, the best times right now. Like, we're living in the best times right now. If you can't make money doing something you love right now, then you're a fucking loser. Period. But that's just a whole nother subject. Hopefully that didn't offend anybody. But, I mean, get a little riled up sometimes. It's just, I hate when people just talk about how unfair the world is. Like, yeah. Yes, life is unfair. Government is unfair. What are you going to do about it? Nothing's going to change. I mean, it's been like this for hundreds of years. But right now, we live in one of the best times to thrive from a financial standpoint. Yeah, I like your message. I'll definitely consider doing. Awesome. I love to hear it. Love to hear it. And love having you here. I mean, you definitely contributed a lot to this channel. Like, you're always active. I mean, I love it, love it, love it. But, yeah, let me know, too, whenever, like, you get things going. Like, you don't have to, like, rush. Don't rush, because that's another thing. When people start rushing into things, it can be easy to, like, kind of burn yourself out, too. That's another thing that I saw when I was first getting started on everything. Like, I would just rush in so hard. And this happened with Amazon. I just did it so much. Like, yes, you should be working, if you're trying to be, like, an entrepreneur, you should be working probably close to 18, 20 hours a day when you're first starting. Yes. But be careful, because it's so easy to burn yourself out and then end up hating something when you originally loved it when you first started. And just be careful with that. And then always have a why. Like I was telling, what was her name? Cuckoo78 or something yesterday. Like, this applies to everything. You have to have a why behind everything. A good why. Like, good, positive why that'll, when you're in the down times, it'll pull you back up. You'll look at it. It may be a picture of your kids, your family, whatever. You have to have a why. If you don't have a why, you're always going to fail. Period. End of story. But that's awesome. Let me know when you get one set up. Personally, I would still stick with YouTube for now. At least, like, dip your toes in. Still some more. Apparently you did for a little bit. I would get it going again. And then possibly dip your toes over into Twitch. Or if you have the time, if you have time to do so, then yeah, go ahead and cross promote and cross do both. Like, do what they call it, cross posting or whatever. I've talked about cross promotion before on this channel too. It's been a while. I think it was like beginning of the year, but yeah, do some cross posting, cross promoting, and just see what happens. I mean, worst that can happen is nothing happens. It's not like you're gonna lose a shit ton of money, like I said. The good thing about all this stuff that I have, say I had to quit YouTube or whatever tomorrow, say whatever happened, I mean, I could get most of my money back out of everything because I bought most of it used. I bought my lighting set used. I got it for like $20. I actually got my mic set up for my birthday, thankfully. I'm thankful for that. The only thing I bought brand new was this webcam. I went to Best Buy. It's just the Logitech HD 1080p. I actually went to Best Buy. Best Buy was cheaper than Amazon for once. I was pretty shocked about that. This was only, if I remember right, I think I have the receipt right here actually still. What was it? Yeah, $27 after taxes. So, I mean, yeah, I did not spend a lot of money. So, yeah, go stab at it, man. And let me know when you do. I'll definitely give you same support you given me. But it looks like we're going into, I want to see how many people we got in here. Damn, we only got 2 people in here. So yeah, it looks like everybody's rushing off to lunch. So for the time being, I'm probably going to go ahead and end the stream. I'll probably keep the chat pulled up still. So like when I come back, I don't know if there's a way that I can pause the stream. That's what I've been looking for. If there's a way that I can pause it, I don't think there is. If I have to, I'll just go ahead and close this one out, and then like I said, I'll upload one and label it part 2. That way you guys will know that it's just a continuation. But yeah, I mean, I am going to be right back. I'm just gonna, again, I gotta use the bathroom. I'm gonna walk around outside. It's a pretty nice day today. We're actually in the 50s here, which probably sounds cold to a lot of you down south, but trust me, I love the south too. But yeah, I think I'll probably just end this one and then just upload another one and label it as like part 2 or something. That way you guys will know that it's just a continuation. But yeah, I'm interested to see. It looks like the markets are pretty much settling for now. I'll hop back on probably, like I said, within the next 30 minutes, maybe even less. I might get bored just walking around outside eating a sandwich or something and hop right back in like 15. But yeah, I hope to be back right around 12:30 Eastern time, maybe just a few minutes after. And then we'll hop right into it and see how the market day ends. But yeah, thanks again for those of you that tuned in new. Hopefully you guys did like it. If you did, definitely make sure as always hit that like button. I would appreciate that. And if you are new and haven't subscribed by now, definitely start hitting that below. I greatly appreciate that. And hit that little bell so you'll get the notification whenever I'll go live here again, like I said, in about half an hour. But until next time, but until next half hour, keep on going out there, achieving financial freedom. I mixed up my whole ending. Achieve some financial freedom, cover your profits, make some profits, and I'll see you guys here in about half an hour. See you soon, guys.